My name is Stevie Richards, and I'm the owner and founder of Stevie Richards Fitness. I started Stevie Richards Fitness with one simple mission statement: to help others. I know what it's like to be injured. I know what it's like to be hurt. I know what it's like to be in pain each and every day of your life. I also know how to modify to overcome that pain, to overcome that discomfort, to overcome your injuries. And that's why I created the programs I did at Stevie Richards Fitness. Every single exercise has a modification. Everything can be successfully completed, no matter your age or fitness level. And that's what I infused in the 12 and 16-week resistance band training programs to pass along to you at an affordable, accessible price. Believe in yourself, because I believe in you, and I'm here to help you every step of the way.
This is the Voices of Misery podcast. This show isn't for the easily offended, so PC police on patrol stand by. You've been warned. Now, let's join the nerd and nerdette with another podcast for that ass.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's the Voices of Misery podcast. I am the nerd, you are the nerdette, and together we form, combine, put our parts together, and we are the Voices of Misery podcast. Another podcast for that ass, ladies and gentlemen. I had to do it because it's something I haven't done in a while. And
you do it every fucking time.
I think the people missed it, okay? And so yeah, like, I've had a pretty interesting week. A lot of emotional roller coaster ride things going on inside this mentally disturbed brain of mine. But before we get into that, I want to ask you, how was your week so far?
Miserable.
Why? Because I've been miserable and it rubs off on you?
It does. You don't think it does, but it does.
No,
if you come home in a bad mood, everyone feels it in the house, and the rest of the people are in a bad mood. It sucks.
Well, it's called empathy. We're all linked somehow, and kind of just goes into each other's psyche.
Plus, I don't like the kids being in school.
Yeah, it's
like for me. Like, I know other parents out there can't wait to get rid of their kids, right? Mm-hmm. They pray for school to start. But in my head, all I think about when they go to school is sicknesses that they're going to be bringing home.
Yeah, I know,
and
man.
Bullying. And, like, stuff that could be going wrong. Them falling down and getting hurt. Just, that's...
Scary shit.
That's what's in my head when they're in school.
Being bullied, the germs.
I don't know. Like, I'm not one of those parents like, oh, please go back to school already. Yeah, they can be aggravating at times, but I don't want them out of this house at all. Ever. Like, please just stay here. And if I thought that I could teach them and homeschool them, I would have done that a long time ago. But they need friends and...
the human interaction is the most important thing. Social
yeah, because they
interaction.
can't be like us. So
they can't be like us, and like we were very social in school. I mean, like maybe not.
I was social until probably my late 20s. I was very social.
Me too.
Then
my mid-20s. My mid-20s was what happened. But the thing is, like, you need that interaction. You need to be around other people because if like God forbid, and I use that term loosely, God. But let's say if you get left out in a situation where you have to be around people you've never been around it before, you don't know how to deal with it. You freak out, and it's always good to understand.
I don't trust people, and I don't. You see all these stupid videos online of what teachers and aides and all these things are happening, and I just don't want to send them. This is a good school. Nothing against the school. We picked this area for a reason. It was one of the best schools in the area.
Yeah, they
go to a good school. It's just my own paranoia and stuff in my head. I don't like sending them off to school.
It's just healthy, have that interaction. At least that's the way I see it.
I don't know, but they're back in school and it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I miss them and I can't wait for them to get home. And now the sixth grader is walking home by herself from the bus stop, which makes me paranoid.
More or less the drivers are loose animals.
When I was in sixth grade, I walked all the way the hell to school, which was like a mile. Actually, in kindergarten, I walked all the way the hell to school because they didn't have school buses back then, and that was a long way. But in 6th grade, I remember walking on a busy street and then on a side street and another busy street and a side street just to get to school, and it was no big deal.
Yep.
But for her to get off the bus, like, maybe not even, like, what do you think it is? Like a quarter of a mile?
Maybe less. I mean, I think a
I don't know,
quarter
but
mile
it's like
is long.
It's around a couple corners, so you can't see. Like, I can't see her until she's like down the street from the house, and then like from that moment that she gets off to the moment that I can see her from the window.
Yeah.
I'm like freaking paranoid.
Well, I mean, it sucks because like she's so little and tiny, and she's never had any kind of like freedom because like I don't want to say we baby them, but in the society that we live in now, we're definitely holding them closer to home than we were held close to home, back in the day. But I do want to talk about something before I forget. So I'm basically running on about maybe 15 hours of sleep over 3 days total because I've had some crazy anxiety issues because my boss...
Okay, hold on. Wait. Before you get into that.
Yeah.
You just got off of vacation, right?
Yep.
Your last vacation, which was last month.
It sucked in the beginning of the vacation.
But that's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
You had a good vacation. You went back, and like for 3 days, there was anxiety up the fucking asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Like you were pissed off. It was bad.
Horrible vacation.
You were arguing with people at work or whatever, and it was horrible when you came back. So then you go on this vacation. We have a good time, and then you go back, and then all hell breaks loose again. So.
Well, this time it's like, like I went back to work and it turns out like my boss is going somewhere else to cover for another boss somewhere else who, had to leave for baby reasons, like he had a kid. And that happens in life. Obviously, people fuck and they make babies, obviously, and of course, like she had to go and do that and take care of that. And then I'm sitting there thinking I'm getting my chance to shine. And of course not, because someone else is coming into our store and taking over for a little while, and they're on the same level as me, we're both assistant people, and this person's going to come in and take over the role as the leader of the store, and I'm like, you know what, I don't know, I don't really like that too much. So my anxiety kicked off, and anger and all that shit came out, and like not on anybody in particular. I did a really good job keeping it internal for the most part, but it did keep me up at night a lot. The past few nights have just been like me laying around, not being able to sleep. The day I found out, I came home and I was so mad I couldn't talk to anybody. I just
22 hours.
Well, the thing is,
22 hours it took you to say something to me.
Well, the thing is like when you have something going on in your brain.
I know, but you like to talk about all this stuff. So I'm just saying, like that's like. I don't know. Yesterday sucked.
If you say something, it'll come out wrong, and then you'll take it out on people that don't need it. So I just kept it. I did a very good job for once, keeping it to myself, not taking my anger out on anybody else. And it was just, I don't know, man. I'm just so sick of this shit. I'm sick of it. And I was up last night and I was doing things online and just going down rabbit holes. And I would put the computer down or the iPad, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I would put it down. And I would turn over back and forth, and I would try to get these thoughts out of my head, and then I would start having arguments with people at work and shit. And of course, like I didn't have any arguments with people at work, but the way my brain works is I have to have all these different scenarios and shit. So I'm arguing with people, I'm having conversations and this, that, and the other thing, and I would start to fall asleep, and then boom, like a fucking huge thought would come in my head. I grab the iPad and start looking. I'm like, all right, I'll give myself 15 more minutes, and I would start reading about like dumb shit, and then I would try to go back to sleep. And I was up I went to bed at 8:30 last night, and I finally closed my eyes and fell asleep at around 2:30 in the morning, if I can remember correctly. Woke up at 7, went to work. Had a long ass day. Just recorded a podcast with Adult Superstar and Big Ray Hernandez, and that went off the rails a little bit. You came in that one, which was pretty fun.
No.
You got dragged in.
I got dragged in. You asked me to bring something in here.
Yeah, some alcohol mixer.
And then I got not during the interview, but the aftermath, I got sucked into that. So like,
well, I mean,
I don't want people thinking that I just like kind of made my way in here and tried to implant myself to get. That's not what happened at all.
Well, I'll tell you, it was a very fun interview. I had a good time. I just wish I was more awake and like I wasn't yawning or anything through it, which I was afraid of because I've been so worn out these past few days from just fucking being at work and just having all these issues. And the thing is, like, I shouldn't even care. Like, when I can sit back and look as a spectator of my own life, I'm like, why do I care? You know? Like, why do I care? But I just do for some reason. I don't know why I care about dumb shit that shouldn't matter. But it's the anxiety. And the funny thing is, like, my job has this outreach program where you can, like, call a number and get assistance. You know, like, I'm pretty sure all jobs have that. And I called it today. Because I'm like, you know what? Maybe I do need medication because I'm sick of being up at night. I'm sick of my brain not shutting off. And it's been over a decade since I've been diagnosed. Let me just see if I can go. And so I talked to some nice lady on the phone. About 15 minutes later, you know, of talking, she's like, okay, I found 5 doctors in your area. 2 were in Conway, which is pretty far. And 3 were in Myrtle Beach. And I'm like, all right, cool. So let me call the Myrtle Beach ones. I got the numbers. Everyone I called said you have to have a primary physician recommend you. So I'm like, why the fuck did I call this number that's supposed to give me people to talk to? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, well, I don't have a primary physician.
Don't they have that, not to interrupt you, but don't they have something like WebMD or something that you can call online
I don't know.
and FaceTime someone?
I don't want to do that either, though. I would rather, like, something like this, I'd rather be in person.
Really?
So they can see me and I can just be somewhere and lay
but
somewhere.
You can FaceTime someone, they can see you?
Well, I mean, like, it's more genuine if you're in person. And for something like that, like, I would rather have this person trust me and, like, know that I'm telling them the truth and not making up a story, you know? And, hey, just listen to the fucking podcast. Here's the Voices of Misery card. Then diagnose. They'd be like, dude, you need a fucking atomic nuclear bomb dropped in your fucking house instead of this shit. To evaporate you, you know? But anyway, like, it's just been a crazy week. And I went to work today and, you know, like, I kicked ass again as usual. We kicked ass. Our team kicked ass. We did a great job. And I'm really proud of the team I have around me, and I'm happy that, you know, like, I can do a good job, and everyone knows I can do a good job. I'm just a little upset, and I feel like I'm kind of disrespected in the way that I didn't get a chance to do things without anybody else there. Because when I do things without anybody else there, it's always great. So it's like, why the fuck? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's your shot this week.
Yeah,
You've already proved it 3 days in.
And I've already proved it 3 days in. So it's like, you know what? I just think it's a slap in the face, and it's like another chip on my shoulder. Another chip. It's like I got a bag of chips on my shoulder after all the years I've been in this company, proving myself, showing how good I am, and then just to get shit on yet again, it just pisses me off more and more. And I just want this house to get paid, because the second it gets paid, I'm getting the fuck out with no questions, no 2-week notice, just walking out the door. But we'll see.
Well, you mind to switch the subject a little bit and talk about what I made you do when you came home?
I actually had that written down.
Do you?
Yep, spiders, I called it.
All right, this morning I was bringing the girls to the bus stop. There was this massive black spider on our front porch, like up on the ceiling. And I'm like, what the hell is that? Like, it was just, I'm not good with spiders. I'm not at all. But this was big, and that's not an exaggeration. It was freaking massive.
It's all my deck of the spider.
Shut up. And then I'm paying attention to it, and I'm seeing egg sacs. And I'm like, okay, I don't have time to mess with that. So we walked around the porch or whatever. And I brought the kids to the bus stop. So the whole time in my head at the bus stop, I'm thinking, please don't move from that spot so I can freaking spray you when I get back. So I finally get home about 20 minutes later because I have 2 different buses I gotta wait for. And I sprayed the shit out of this big-ass black spider. Massive thing. I sprayed the hell out of it. It curls up or whatever, and it's drenched. It tries to run away, and I keep spraying it.
Was it on the floor when you sprayed it?
No, it was up, and it was soaked, and it kept trying to run from me, and I kept, like, following it with the stupid sprayer thing. So listen, no. I don't give a shit. That was a big-ass spider.
Walking around like a fucking Ghostbuster trying to catch something.
I don't care. I'm not doing it with my damn hands, with a shoe in my hand. I'm not doing it.
What level of mutation are these spiders at now, where you can literally spray that much liquid on them, and they just don't die?
He kept moving, but finally he, like, crinkled up or whatever the hell they do.
Yeah, they crinkle.
And you woke up this morning and, like, said 2 words and we're out the door. So I'm like, okay, well, there goes the egg sac. So I literally sat here all day watching those egg sacs because I looked and they were spiky. They were round, like, brownish, whitish, like, spiky
They look
balls.
like those things you see in your backyard, like coming out the grass, whatever the fuck
Okay,
they're
those
called.
fruits?
Yeah.
Those fruits that come from the tree.
That's what they look like miniature versions, but spiders inside. And how many live in those sacs, do we know?
Oh, I looked it up while you were at work.
Oh, God.
Because I'm like, what type of spider lays these spiky sacs?
Yeah.
And I got 3 answers. I got the brown recluse, the brown widow, and then the black widow.
Goes from bad to worse.
And It was a big black spider. Now, it was running all over holy hell. I didn't take the time to actually examine it and see what the hell was on it. I didn't care. I was too freaked out. I was just spraying it. But that was a big-ass black spider. And so immediately I'm thinking, it had to have... Because I've seen a brown recluse down here. I know exactly what they look like because they are everywhere. So I'm assuming it was the black widow. Anyways, I see that and I'm looking, well, how many spiders come out of each egg? Because there are 2 in there. And it says like 300 to 400 per egg. And I'm like, oh, fuck no. So I'm out there. I go back out there and I'm spraying the freaking web. I'm spraying the egg sacs. And I don't think the spray goes into the egg sac at all. I think it's just on the outside. But like the moment you came home, I'm like, you got to get them down. We have to get rid of them because, oh my God. It was like on our front porch, right outside our front door. Like you can't miss. As soon as you come out, I saw them. Oh my God, it was so gross.
They're like golden arches when you like walk out of the freaking front door to go to my car. It's like right above the first like set of poles that you walk through. Mm-hmm. It's like the doorway or whatever you call it. And they were right there, and I've walked through that many times when we had our guests down here.
And then there's always a damn spider web there. They always pick that spot.
Something. It's so annoying. So we got to find a way to get rid of these fucking spiders. But yeah, I use like a pair of shears, like garden shears, and I took the things down. There's only 2 of the big spike balls, but there's a ton of them in there.
Yeah.
And I got them down, and I brought them out to the end of the driveway, which is a pretty long driveway, and got them off there, and I think you sprayed it a lot more. I
sprayed it. I stepped on it. I did. Yeah. Man, God.
So hopefully these little bastards just stay the fuck away from my house,
I've never seen a black widow spider down here. I've never seen a brown widow spider down here, but I have seen the brown recluse. And
that's the big
we've been down here 4.5 years, a little over 4 years, I think. I think we're heading into our 5th year. So I guess that's good for not seeing one of those, but man, seeing those egg sacs, like hell.
I did kill a brown recluse at work today, a huge one. It was inside the store. We were in the break room, and this is their fault.
They're coming out of nowhere right now.
Yeah, for some reason they're coming out like crazy. Maybe they know a storm's coming. They're trying to find shelter or something. But I was in the break room, and some dude was sitting back there eating his lunch, and he's like, "What the hell's that?" And I looked down, and there was a big ad. I'm like, dude, look at the size of this fucking spider. It's huge, man. And he's like, kill it. I'm like, why are people afraid of spiders?
Those are poisonous. It turns your skin black. It eats your skin.
Yeah, but
yuck.
I'm wearing thick jeans. You know, like jeans are thick. I'm wearing shoes. I'm much bigger than it's not going to jump up to my skin and stab me.
Well, you don't know if they jump, man. In my head, all these things have weapons and they jump.
So
and
I sat
leap.
there. I picked up my size 12 foot and I slammed it down on top of this thing, and it was dead instantly. I just don't. I don't
but did
get
it
the
lay
fear.
eggs anywhere in there?
It probably did, but like, I don't care. The thing is, like, people are so afraid of spiders, and they're so little. You know, like, I understand, like, when you're vulnerable. And
I swear they come out at night. Are they nocturnal?
They do.
Okay.
And when you sleep, they say you swallow a ton every year.
Oh yeah. Well, we've talked about that previously, but like that egg sac and that spider was not there yesterday. It was not, and then. I woke up like I said, on the way to the bus stop, and like a whole freaking thing was going on, and I'm like, what the fuck did you do in the middle of the night, man? Like, damn, that bitch did some work. Freaked me right the hell out.
I don't know how much they spin or how long it takes for them to do it, because I don't really do the whole, scientific shit of spiders. I don't really care too much about spiders. They don't bother me. They don't matter, in my opinion. But I did want to talk about something else, and there's something bigger that's happening right now in the news, and it's Hurricane Dorian. Oh. Apparently, a person in Puerto Rico just died. So,
Wait,
God
it
damn it, that sucks.
Hit Puerto Rico already?
Yeah, someone died trying to prepare for it. Apparently, that's what I just saw on Apple. I didn't want to look too far into it. I didn't want to bring it to the computer.
That sucks.
Because I don't want anything happening. So, yep, another brother down. So yeah, it sucks, man. Rest in peace. Bless
Puerto
your
Rico
soul.
keeps getting hit, man.
It's
I could
so
never live
bad.
on an island.
Yeah, I know.
As nice as Hawaii sounds, I could never live somewhere on an island. I don't think they get hit with hurricanes. I think it's more volcanoes over in Hawaii than it is hurricanes.
Hawaii's volcanoes, but still, I mean,
it's still an island.
Pick
and
your
it would
poison.
still freak me out.
Pick your poison. What do you want? Like you want to die that
way?
way?
Well, we discussed that moving here because we lived up with the snow, and we knew we were going to move south. So we knew about hurricanes, but then after I think we lived here about 2 years, and then we started discussing California maybe.
Yeah. That's too expensive.
And then we did look into it because we were like all gung-ho, and it is way too expensive. But at the same time, it's like, then you have earthquakes over there. And
I
can't, because my motion sickness is horrible on a stupid ride. I can't even imagine an earthquake. I'd be freaking puking everywhere. And then in the middle, you have tornadoes and fires and
tornadoes are the absolute worst. The absolute worst. There's no way you're getting out of that okay.
There's no. I think we're good right where we are. We might get hurricanes, but like I would rather. I don't know. At least you can prepare for that. Tornadoes just like
our
drop down within
really
like 20 minutes.
Good for hurricanes, especially where we're located. We're in between two houses. We got one behind us and one in front of us.
See, you got to stop with the jinxing.
Well, I mean, the thing is like they're going to get destroyed before us, and it's going to take at least a Category 4 hurricane to destroy our shit.
Why do you say that? Why do you say stuff like that?
I mean, that's exactly what it's going to take.
See, that freaks me out.
Who cares, man? It doesn't matter where you are. I mean, actually, the best place for us to be is the Northeast. Snow.
Fuck snow, man.
Snow sucks, but
snow sucks.
It's the safest.
It's cold,
it's the safest.
And I'm sick of shoveling it.
It's the safest of them all. We've never had anything bad happen with snow. I mean, like, of course, it sucks to drive in. And it sucks to shovel. I hate to be cold. I hate to be freezing in your house, no matter what.
Absolutely freezing.
But it doesn't destroy houses, really. I mean, unless you have an old house and you got a ton of snow and it just caves your roof in.
Snow on your roof, yeah.
But it's very rare. It's very rare. You don't really see too many instances of that. But down here, hurricanes destroy neighborhoods. Like Conway was fucking wrecked for weeks. Remember the flooding down here?
I do remember that.
It was crazy. Like, my store was closed forever. This store's going to be closed even longer. Yay. But, I mean, it just really sucks, man. You know, like, you can't do anything about it. But snow is the safest of all. The Northeast is theoretically...
I get that, but we live near a beach. I'd rather live near a beach than deal with snow.
Me too, obviously. I mean there's
really,
a trade-off.
Peak hurricane season is like September to, I think, the second week in October. I think is the peak, what they call it. I might be wrong. But it's only a few weeks, and that seems to be when we always get our hurricanes. This one is just barely missing us because there's a high pressure thing or something. They explain that in the news. There's something blocking it. If that wasn't there, it would aim right for us. But so I don't know.
So what's the size of this Dorian supposed to be?
Right now, I think it was a Category 2 heading into a Category 3 overnight.
What are the chances this
But I
thing
could be
does
wrong. That's the thing with the news. They say one thing and then it changes, and you have no fucking idea.
So what are we going to do? The same shit we always do to say, fuck it, if it hits us, it hits us?
We can't do anything. Until we get an SUV, we are stuck here because we're not leaving these dogs.
No.
We will never leave these dogs behind. So, and we can't fit them in the car with the kids because we have a small car. So we are stuck here.
I think
no
worst
matter what
comes
the fuck
to
happens.
worst. Like, let's just say they say Category 5 is coming. We can make it work with the dogs.
We'll shove them in.
We'll just tell the kids
if we absolutely
deal with
have
it.
to.
We'll just tell the kids deal with it, man. The dogs are going to go nuts. Deal with this shit.
Like, if it's a Category 5 coming here, those dogs are going to have to get in there.
We're taking off. With the dogs, they're... Like, we would probably give the back seat to the dogs, and like both kids would be in your lap or something.
Both kids be in my lap.
Or maybe Sammy could sit in my lap while I'm driving, because Jenna could not sit still while I'm driving. Like, I don't want one of them kicking my feet. And we kick.
I think the dogs would sit still. I think Faith would sit in between them, and then Punky would be curled up underneath one of our seats, horrified.
Then there you go. That'd be fine. So like, we could definitely make it work. So we could make it happen. But like a Category 2 to 3, we've been threatened so much.
You scared me. The Category 3 that we had the first year we moved down here, I was horrified, man.
Well, that was the first time we ever dealt with something like that.
My God.
To this extent, you know. And I'm just happy and blessed that we live down here. I love it. I am blessed, you know, and I'd be more blessed if this house was paid off and I didn't have to work anymore. But that's another story for another time. I haven't done a solo podcast in a very long time.
You just did one.
No, it wasn't a solo podcast. I haven't done one in a while. And
we'll stop doing all these damn interviews and you will have them.
I can't help that the podcast is getting blown up here, you know, and we've gotten a lot of downloads. Like today we got over 3,000. Wait, it's around 3,000 or whatever. And I'm very happy for the growth of the podcast. I'm happy for the friends that we made and new friends, old friends. Things are just happening right now. I think it's an awesome experience, you know, and we're easily the biggest podcast in Myrtle Beach. I think, right? Gotta be. I mean, like, we're blowing away the Pelicans.
We are.
the Pelicans, all these other like nickel and dime podcasts, the ones that want to become us and shit like that, way far behind. So I mean, like, I wouldn't mind helping out people and you know, like growing something, but it has to be a partnership. You know, like it has to be something that everyone can grow from. And the reason why I go into this is because there's been a couple that reached out on the
Twitter.
No, not Twitter, but there's a Facebook group that
okay,
that Facebook group,
okay.
yeah, that one. I'm not going to say it out loud because I don't want to, you know.
The podcasting Facebook group.
Yeah, that one found us and invited us to join. It's like an elite group of people, and what we're doing is we're having conversations with each other now, and there's going to be a lot of good things coming out of that soon. And someone already hit us up like, "Hey, I wish I had a following you guys had."
I was just going to say, because I saw that post.
Yeah.
And it seems to me that somehow we have more downloads than a lot of those people in that group.
See, I only saw that one. I haven't kept up with the thread.
Which is so weird to me.
Well,
it's weird to think about, because I don't think of us as like that at all. Because
we were chosen to be in that group.
Just regular people. They found us and brought us in there with all like hundreds of podcasts, right? There's a lot.
It started off with like 200 members, and then it joined. It's up to like a couple thousand now.
Yeah, and it's like you posted something about wanting to do crossover events or whatever, because I think that's fun.
I think they're great.
But we want, instead of what we've done in the past, we want someone that's kind of close to equal, at least close to equal with what we've got, with the downloads or the following or whatever, just so we each gain from each other. Yeah. And I was reading the responses, and they're like, "Oh, I wish I had the following you did," or "I wish we got that type of. How do you promote?" Like, and I'm just like, "Oh my God, I don't know if we're gonna get anything from that group either."
Well, I mean, it's just like, I don't mind helping people out. I really don't, but I want help as well. You know, like, I don't want to sit there and just say, "All right, well, you come on our show, we'll go on your show, we'll get like one of your listeners, and you get like 10 of ours." You know, it's just weird.
Right.
You know,
I get that.
I really don't mind. I don't want to sound like an asshole, but the thing is, I want to grow. I like having, you know.
I love the whole cross promotion thing, but I've learned from the last one that we did.
Yeah.
That doesn't always work out.
No.
And things can kind of happen, and it's not always good. So I would rather it just be equal.
Just like a one and done. Just like a one and done thing. You know, like I don't want to build a relationship. But I also wouldn't mind a network either. You know, like it all depends on the circumstances.
But it's nice because
of
if
the
we have a
situation.
problem, we can go on there and ask, and like people have answered.
Yeah.
You know, because we were having static issues, and they were all trying to help. Like it's a good community.
Yeah, we're not the brightest bulbs out there, but we sure as hell have a good entertaining show.
We're fucking idiots. We can't figure out anything anymore.
Well,
and I feel old.
We're getting old. Shit, it happens.
I don't like that.
It happens, man. We're getting old, but
you used to be like a computer freaking genius back in the day.
I might be getting back into it. I don't know, man. Like
and now we're sitting here like, what the hell is going on? We can't figure it out.
Well, we've got a good support system. And eventually, when this thing picks up a little bit more, and we start making a few Abraham Lincolns.
We ain't making a goddamn dime.
We're not making a goddamn dime, but you know what? I'm having
Abraham Lincoln's, he goes.
I'm having a good time, man, and that's all that matters, you know. And this thing is doing really good, and I hate to say, like, you know, I told you so, but I told you so.
You told me?
No, I didn't tell anybody.
I was gonna say.
No, I didn't.
Let's bring it back.
No, I really didn't think we were gonna hit the heights that we have, but. The thing is, it's like a lot of shows, and it brings things into perspective when you're listening to other people and seeing other people that have been doing podcasting. Like, some people have been doing it for years, and they're like, "Hey, I wish I had the following you guys had. What are you guys doing?" And I don't even really know. I couldn't tell you.
We're being ourselves, that's all.
Yeah, we're being ourselves. You can't manufacture it.
We talk about all different... Every single podcast is different.
Yeah.
We talk about different shit. We're not held to one topic. Like, we do talk about a lot of TV, film, entertainment type stuff. But then we'll also talk about family and vacation and how stupid we are. And, like, we'll throw an interview in and out. Like, in a lot of podcasts are just... They're linked to one topic, and that's it. And I think that's how they suffer. But, I mean, each one is different. That's all. So you just got to find your niche.
People can certainly tell when you're faking it and when you're making it. Mm-hmm. And I've heard a lot of podcasts that are faking it, man. But anyway, I don't want to talk about this shit anymore.
Well, you brought it up, man. I was talking
I
about spiders or something, and you
spiders are just yucky, and you swallow like 100 of them a year.
I know. Well, listen. If I start puking spider eggs, I don't know what to do.
Well, maybe they're going to hatch inside you and kill you from the inside out. Wouldn't that be something?
Oh my god, it would be horrible. Can you imagine?
Can
you imagine? There are two poisonous spiders down here in this area.
Brown recluse and the whatever the hell.
And the black widow. If I'm sleeping with my mouth open, because that's how I sleep, previous podcasts I've talked about it. If one gets in my throat and just happens to bite me in my throat, what the hell do I do? What am I going to do? Am I like? What happens?
You're probably going to stiffen up and die.
I'm just going to like wake up and have a burning sensation in my throat. Like, do they die when they get in your throat? Because they can't breathe?
Imagine yourself coming out of a pool after you've been underwater for so long and like you gasp for that first breath of air. I think that's what it feels like, but nothing comes in. It's like you just feel like a tightening in your throat and you die.
Like that's my worst nightmare. And I've said before, I try so hard to sleep with my mouth closed. Like I start that way.
You're a mouth breather.
And it doesn't end that way. So I'm going to die because bugs are going to get me and they're going to mutate and mate and do weird shit. And I'm just going to...
You probably have a whole fucking colony of undiscovered shit in your belly right now.
Oh my god.
So that's your worst fear. You know what my worst fear is? I think I might have talked about this before. It is being in the middle of an ocean on a small raft.
I think that... Well, come on, man.
Well, that's
horrifying, too.
Some people aren't afraid of that. Some people, like, love the open water. They love the ocean. They love the adventure, you know?
On a raft in the middle of the ocean where you cannot see land or nothing?
Just imagine that. Imagine being in the ocean. Like, if it was calm waters, I'm sure you have these moments of serenity where you're like, you know what?
Nope,
this isn't
not me.
Bad.
Nope, not at all. Because what is underneath me, and I wouldn't look at the water ever.
It's infinite. It is. It's really infinite. Nope. So... Imagine if you were like on what about a cruise ship even?
See, I've always wanted to go on a cruise, but I know I would be seasick.
I would be scared the whole time. I don't think I can calm down.
I think I would be okay if I was inside this cruise ship, because if I went out on the deck, I think I'd puke, because you can see the horizon, like the waves moving and stuff. I think I was inside, like in the in the bar or in the restaurants.
Instead, if you drink to me, of course you'd be okay.
I think I would be okay, but
that's probably why there's so much alcohol
out on the deck. I think I would. I don't know. I think I'd be throwing up.
The way my anxiety is, and the way my mind works, I would be thinking about a million different scenarios of us dying in the ocean, because that's just the way it works. So I would be freaking out the entire time, thinking that even though I'm inside, the water can come inside as well, and it'd be like the Titanic. And I would have that thought. I couldn't sleep. I know I couldn't. So I would probably never want to go out in the ocean like that. I just wouldn't want to do it.
I've been out in the ocean once. I don't know if we ever talked about this or not. I went on it was called a sunset cruise. It was only a couple hours. And I had gone to Key West with my parents. And we went out freaking far on this ship, right? Far as hell. You cannot see the fucking land. I was horrified. I'm like, I didn't realize we were going to go out that far. Like, sunset cruise, that sounds cool. You know, that sounds amazing. I was 17. I'm like, oh, this is going to be fun. We go out there, and it was snorkeling. You could snorkel at sunset, right?
Oh,
in the middle of the ocean.
Hell no.
Where you don't see the land at all. So... I'm like, okay, this is okay. And I kept talking myself into it. So we all have our snorkel gear on. No, like, tank. Like, you're not scuba diving. Like, it's snorkeling. So you have to stay, like, on the surface or whatever. And it was to go and see, like, any fish that you could see in this area, or coral reef or whatever the hell. I don't even know, because I was so freaking horrified. Like, I completely zoned out. We go out there... And then someone immediately is yelling that there's a swarm, where you're surrounded by a swarm of jellyfish.
Oh, God.
And I'm nowhere near the fucking boat. The sun is going down, and I'm like, fuck this. So I head back. People are heading back because they're getting stung. And it was like the worst experience of my life.
So wait a second. Like, you're trying to swim back to the boat, and all you hear is,
people are getting stung. I'll never forget, there was this one woman, she had it was so wilted, her leg, and they kept talking about peeing on her. And I was 17, and I'm like, why would they pee on her? It was an excuse for a bunch of men to pull their
dicks out next to a woman.
What? I had no... And everyone's drinking.
Yeah. It was piss on her, man.
And I'm just like... That was the worst experience of my life, because it was cool.
A bunch of scat video fans.
It was cool to say that I was out there.
Ugh, fuck that.
But I don't know what was swimming around there besides jellyfish. And if we're out where I can't see land... There ain't shit out there I want to be around. Like, fucking at all. So, I couldn't wait to get back on there. Like, oh my god. Horrific.
That's just the problem with the ocean, man. There's so much shit in there we just don't know about. It's infinite. And, like, you're out there in the middle...
Well, they talk about, like, what? Giant squids and shit living at the very, very bottom. Like, monstrous, prehistoric shit that's still living.
They were saying there's, like, a 200-foot octopus down there. Like, it's like, just imagine if that thing gets its arm around a freaking ship, it could pull you down in one shot, you know? And
God.
You have to imagine there's got to be some kind of monster down there that we just don't know about. All the way at the bottom, the depths of the ocean, like a giant squid.
I can't put my foot down and feel I freak the fuck out. Like, and it's happened before.
I freaked out when we were at the beach and there was a million little, like, fucking school of fish going by. So I was like, what the hell was that?
The first year we were here, we went to the beach once that year, and we went with my parents, and my dad likes to go out deep. So I went out with him because I've always been that way. I was always able to go out deep, but the older you get, like, the more horrified I guess you get. And we went out, and I'm swimming next to him, and everything is great. And then I try to sand, and I realize my feet can't touch the ground, and I started freaking the hell out. Like, if I can't touch the freaking sand on the bottom, like, there could be shit swimming next to me. And I gave up, and I came back in. Yeah. And that's the last time I've ever gone out that far. And I don't know if it came with age or what, but, like, I can't, like, even now, like, the kids were in school and you were on vacation, we went out. We still didn't go out that deep. Mm-hmm. We went out deep enough where, like, I mean, it went up to my shoulders. Like, that was deep enough for me at this age. Yep. I don't want to go out any further than that. Like, it was deep. But, like, I don't know, like... maybe I know my limits now.
Well, like, the thing is, it's like a fucking wave can suck you in, and, like, even when we were, like, up to, like, because, like, I go, and I'm 6 foot tall.
Right, so, yeah.
I'll go up to where it hits, like, above my belly button, but then I start feeling like, all right, because it's like you feel like the sand.
Yeah, because you weren't as
getting deeper and deeper and deeper.
You were close to us, but you were still
back the thing was, and I'm not trying to brag or anything, but I was getting knocked back because I lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, I know that.
I wasn't able to stand like I was a couple years back.
You were getting knocked all over the place.
I used to be able to go in there and just kind of bob like a freaking fishing lure or whatever. Yeah. But now, like, I was trying to get out, and I kept getting slammed backwards, and I would be like, what the fuck? I can't go further. Yeah, so I'm sitting there struggling. My knees were getting bent different ways, because, like, my legs are toothpicks now, and I'm trying to get out there, and your friend's husband is still a big guy, and he was out there, and I'm trying to talk to him, and I was getting close, all of a sudden a wave would come, and I get knocked all the way back to shore, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? So I kept trying to get out there, but the waves were just way stronger than me. I lost a lot of strength. I lost a lot of mass, and I can't go out as far as I used to. I'm trying.
But I think as far as we went, I think that's far enough, right?
I think so.
A shitload of dolphins, and those dolphins were freaking close.
Real close this time.
I don't know why they were so damn close. I mean, it was cool as hell, but I'm like, if those can get that close, like... Well, there's shit in my head all the damn time.
Sharks don't fuck with dolphins. Dolphins beat the shit out of sharks as far as I know.
Dolphins are big.
Yeah.
And if something that big can be that close, jumping up and happy,
well, they're very cool animals, dolphins. They don't mess with
something
humans.
Can be swimming right past you. You have no idea. And I will, like, seriously, I don't know if all the listeners have ever been to a beach. I'm sure not. But if you're in the water... and you're just hanging out, and you're just talking to whoever's next to you or whatever, and just something slides by your leg.
Oh, even seaweed.
I freaked the fuck out.
Seaweed scared the
shit
out of
And then I look down, and it's a big clump of seaweed, and I'm like, what the fuck? Or you're just talking, and all of a sudden, like, a dark shadow goes by, and it's seaweed. Immediately, you're thinking it's something, like, horrific.
We do have listeners in other parts of the country where water is actually clean. Here, it's very dark, and you have to be on edge at all times.
Because you can't see all the time.
We have people in Brazil. We have people in Jamaica, I'm sure, and Jamaica's got the cleanest water of any place in the whole planet. It's like you could drop a quarter.
I would love to have water like that.
Yeah, like
man.
you could flip a coin in the air and see what hit it.
Why do they have cleaner like crystal blue water?
I think they have fresh water. We have salt water, but I don't know. I think that might have a huge part in it, but like they have fresh water, we have salt water. I think that has to do a lot with it. But it's just insane though, because like our water is so freaking disgusting. And every time I see someone from Jamaica that comes into our store, because like they come down for the holidays, because like why not the holidays, vacations? I'm like, so how would you compare our water to yours? And they always make fun of it. And I know it's coming, so I just kind of said that's like a warm up line, I guess,
Because it's just I will say this: Florida has more seaweed than we do. Mm-hmm. We have some seaweed, so when it does brush your leg or go by, it's shocking.
Yeah.
We're not covered in seaweed. It's not green. It's red. It's like a reddish seaweed.
Yeah.
And so it's like very rare that it goes by. So when it does, you're like, what the fuck was that? And I hate that feeling because you always think it's some freaking goddamn great white shark in a 2 feet of water that's coming to get you.
So my fucking facial hair is still growing in pretty fast.
Well, that was a nice segue.
Well, I'm just saying, like, it's still growing pretty fast. I woke up this morning and I'm like, you know what?
You didn't tell me you didn't shave this morning because it doesn't look like you did.
Every couple of days, I feel like I have to shave. And I tell myself, like, I'm going to get into a groove where I shave for the initial shave to get the hair down, the facial hair down. And then, like, 2 days later, I'm going to shave again just to keep it close. And I never do it. I wait till it gets long. I always say I'm going to do it. I never fucking do it. It's just too much of a chore, right? But that's just my head and my face. And then the pubic area is a different area.
Why the fuck? Why the fuck?
A topic that I've written down for my solo podcast, and I seem like I'm never going to get back to these things.
So if it's a solo podcast, why are we talking about it now?
Because we're so busy now, and things are happening so fast that I don't think I'm ever going to get to do a solo again. I'm going to make time for them again. I swear, I promise everyone I will, where I go off and scream. But
that's what these people are waiting about. You think they want to hear me? They want to hear you fucking bitching.
Who knows anymore?
Because that's the funny shit.
Who knows? But anyway, I'm sitting there and I'm taking a piss this morning, right? And I'm sitting there and it's like 2:30 in the morning, right before I finally fell asleep. I'm feeling like, wow, my pubes are getting long, right?
Oh my god!
So I pulled one of them out, and one of them is longer than my dick. So I don't know if that's like a, like a problem, or like, what the fuck? When your pubic
I'm about to walk out of this room. I don't know what is happening.
Listen, when your pubes are longer than your dick, it's time to shave, all right? That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say, man. It's a big fucking problem. This pubic hair was like 12 feet long. I don't know, like, how the hell I missed it. And I thought it was like one of your hairs because sometimes, like, I'll sit there and like I'll be at work and I'll pull like from like my sleeve of my shirt, I'll put like a long blonde hair and I'll throw it to the ground. But this one was connected. Just like a couple episodes back, I talked about the one that was on my arm, that really long hair, and
dude, it's disgusting.
I'm gonna
please. I hope no one's eating right now because I'm ready to puke.
If anybody who listens to this podcast knows, after a long time of listening, you do not eat food while listening to this podcast
because you never know where we're gonna go.
So I'm sitting there and I'm like, I tugged it lightly a couple times. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And it's a long ass hair. Just one long hair, and I pull it, I'm like, holy fuck, this thing's like long as shit.
Take care of that shit. Go get wax or something.
So I fucking yanked it, and it came out, and it was like pulling a fucking tree stump out of the forest.
That's disgusting.
No, like it was just insane. So I'm like, all right, maybe I should groom more everywhere. I kind of wish there was some kind of an invention, and this is where I'm going with this, where you can rub like a cream that just killed hair forever. Nair burns and it does fuck you up. Like, it's really not a safe alternative. It's not good.
Well, I know Nair from the 90s, so there's got to be something that has been invented that's better. There has to be.
There hasn't been, because I looked into it a couple years back. And Nair was still like the top of the line.
I remember when Nair first came out. I could not wait.
Genitals.
Sorry, I never used it on my genitals.
Well, that's where I wanted
to use
it, because I don't like using a blade down there.
I remember asking my mom, like, buy this. Please buy this, because, as a teenager, I was sick of freaking shaving. She bought it. My legs were on fucking fire.
That's what they say.
That shit was horrific. I couldn't... And it gives you a time. Leave it on for such and such a time. I don't remember the time. It's been 30 years. but you had to leave it on for a certain amount of time to make sure you got it all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I remember my legs being on fire forever. I could not wait to get that shit off. And the burning smell, it smelled like it was burning your shit.
Now, did you have to put it on cold? Like, do you have to put it on like you put it on your finger and then you rub it on, or do you have to put it in the microwave?
No, you just squeeze it out of the bottle. You rub it on your legs or whatever the hell you're trying to get hair off of.
Do you remember?
Oh my god.
Do you remember the shit that I got when we first got together? Because like my eyebrows, I don't know if people know this or not. I don't think we ever talked about it. If I let my eyebrows grow in, I have one eyebrow.
Right.
Thick, and it goes right across my face. It's like a fucking ruler across my fucking forehead. So I hate it because it's fucking disgusting. So I've been getting them like done professionally since I was 16 years old. You know, like they get shaped and cut because like that's just, it has to happen, otherwise it looks horrific. So one day I was like, I don't like seeing these Asian women. I'm gonna go do it myself, right? It can't be that hard, right? So we went to Walmart, and we were still living in our first apartment together, I think, or maybe the second one. I don't know. It was probably the second one. And there was this kit. I forgot what the name of it was, but it's something where like you get this like tub of wax, and it comes with these pre-shaped things and all this other shit, and like these wax things or whatever. You put it in the microwave for like 2 minutes. You take it out. You put put this thing on there. You rub it across your eyebrow area, and then you strip it off real quick.
I would be so afraid I would fuck up my eyebrows.
Oh, I did a couple of times.
How come I don't remember that?
Oh, it was bad. It was like a little tub. It was about this big. You put it in the microwave. It comes out, and half of it didn't cook the right way. So there was like a little bit that was like hard wax, and on top of that was like the soft wax. So you would use your finger, you dab it on where you wanted to dab it, and then you get like the sticky thing, and you go like that.
Oh no,
quick.
you didn't.
Yeah,
you didn't do that.
I did. It sucked.
Oh, so he was going, okay, I was making a motion like underneath his eyebrow. For you women out there, you know what I'm talking about. Underneath the eyebrow, he put the wax. Why don't I remember this?
If you thought hard enough, you might, but I just remembered out of nowhere. But yeah, man, it sucked really bad because like my eyebrows, like you understand, like I hate doing it, but I have to because my eyebrows grow super thick. Think the father in American Pie, but worse.
Yeah.
They're bad, man. And God, man, our fucking kids.
Our youngest one.
It. Yeah.
I hate it. Man, she just inherited
shit.
like all sorts of shit. She got the autism. Yeah. She got the fucking eyebrows. She got the weight. She got the feet. She got all. She just inherited all the shit.
I think we can fix your weight
fuck.
though. I think we can fix your weight. So I mean, like she loves to eat meat.
The
and
eyebrows,
cheese.
man.
Who knows?
Yeah, she doesn't have a unibrow, but you can tell that it will get there.
It'll get there.
It'll get there. Puberty is coming. It will get there.
Yeah, so we'll get her taken care of. She could take pain really
poor
well.
Kid. And the fucking curly hair on top of that. She's got the I don't know what to do with it.
She'll be fine. But yeah, like I just want to go into that for a minute because like that sucks, And I remember trying to do it. And I was like, you know what, fuck it. I was gonna go get seen, and now I go get seen regularly. Like every 2 weeks, I get it taken care of because it gets that bad.
I think you go like once a month if I'm being honest, because I don't unless you go when you're not saying anything. Because I don't. When's the last time you've gone?
Right before vacation.
Oh, see, I didn't know about the time.
Yeah, you do know about it because I remember driving home and I was telling you I was going to stop by there. We got last minute stuff like beer and stuff for vacation. Yeah, mine too. But
Jesus.
Do you remember this? We were talking about Walmart this morning, or was it? I think it was this morning. We were talking about Walmart, and we were talking about the motorized carts.
No.
How, when like you walk up to the supermarket and you go into the store, like those fucking electronic doors open up and you see the shopping carts, and right next to the shopping carts are those motor carts that are meant for elderly people and handicapped people, right? But they're not always used by elderly and handicapped people. Big,
I don't remember talking
large
about this at all.
People get into these things. You know what? My memory sucks because I had this with a coworker at work today.
We've covered this already in the podcast.
I had this with a fucking coworker at work today, not you. How fucked up is my memory, man?
I was gonna say we've already talked about this. Yeah. There are things. Listen, there are things in life that you cannot help. You cannot help a disability. You cannot help getting older.
Yeah.
You cannot help certain things, right? That you can help.
Yep.
Okay? I don't give a shit if it's hereditary or not. You can help it. If you choose to, you can help it. There's surgeries, which is the easy way out, if you can afford it or get it approved or whatever.
Yep.
You can diet, you can exercise. There's things you can do. These fucking and I don't care what people say. If you're 400 pounds, you're not disabled. No. That's not a disability. I will fight you until I can't fight anymore.
Just because you like
is not a disability. Yeah. Freaking if you walked around the grocery store, you might lose a pound or two. You might actually sweat a few calories out.
Very true.
No, that's not a disability. But like those cards, and normally, at least from the stores that in the areas that we've lived in, only have 3 to 4 cards per store. So they get used up pretty quickly. The elderly and the disabled should be the only ones using it, period. Maybe, possibly, an exception would be like some 9-month pregnant woman that can't, she's just freaking big as a house and
I'm fine with that too,
whatever. But like if you are just plain fat or you're just plain lazy or you're a fucking teenager trying to be funny, because I worked in supermarkets before and I've seen them do it.
Yep.
Where you're just like, you're riding your fucking friend in the stupid car and you're just, being stupid. Or you're drunk. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Why can't people get arrested for that?
Yeah, you know what they need to do? And, arresting is probably too harsh of a penalty unless you're stealing it and driving off. And I've seen people try to do that down the highway.
There should be a security protocol where you can kick them out of the store or something.
You know what there needs to be, in all honesty, is there needs to be a key to operate them. And you need to get it from customer service with proof.
Okay, I agree with that.
Or like a license or like maybe your... Well, like maybe not like a license, but like a handicap sticker or something. Like you bring it in the store and say, "Hey, look, I need this for this person. Can I have it?" And they give you the key to operate it, and then you bring it back when you're done.
I'll add on to that because maybe some people have trouble walking all that way.
Yeah.
Maybe they can call ahead of time, and someone can meet them at their car.
Yeah, exactly. Do some kind of valet service. Valet service.
You got the little handicap sticker on your car or whatever, and then they bring the car to you.
The cashier brings it to you. Yeah, exactly.
Like, there are ways... Why don't they do that? Because I remember working in a supermarket and getting pissed. Like, why are you... Because, number one, you're taking up a cart. Number two, you're wasting battery. That shit takes a long time to charge.
Oh, very long time.
And people need to come in and, like, it's not charged and they can't use it. Yep. And it sucks. So...
Don't forget this, too. There was a couple times where we went into a store and we were like in like the deli department or like the meat department where there's like that middle cooler with all the meat and there's like all the Lunchables and shit in the back counter. And I remember one moment in particular where this humongous woman gets out of it and walks over to get her food and then walks back to it and sits her big fat fucking disgusting ass back down and throws more lard into her little bucket that holds all the food. And it's like, dude, like people like that should not have it, man. Give it to like a military vet. And like I've seen people struggle. I've seen people struggling through the store on like fucking crutches or whatever because some fat bitch has it, you know. And it's always a fat woman. Not often, like you see like a fat man because like it's always a big obese woman that has it, and like her kids are next to her, like their oxygen tank is in there because they're too fat to breathe. So they need help breathing because they're that fat, Go ahead and crack your beer.
No, I'm trying to think of all the different scenarios that I've seen.
There's just so many
while working in retail.
Like you've done this to yourself, man.
I mean, I know of people that have gone in there with crutches or disabled or a cane or whatever and choose not to use those.
Yeah.
And will push a cart.
Some people are too proud. Some people are too proud. Like my dad was too proud to do that. Like he had MS. He was falling over. He could barely stand up, but he did not want help.
Right. But then I know my grandmother, who had a stroke, that needs one of those to get through a damn grocery store.
Who wants to be seen and remembered like that?
So it's just like, oh God, you bring that up, it's bringing back like flashbacks of fucking retail life and all these assholes.
I got one for you from today.
Keeping it. Oh.
So I'm sitting here and I'm doing a schedule for next month, and I look up and one of my reps was like, "Oh, fuck this bitch." And I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "I hate this lady. She's a lady with a dumb voice." I'm like, "Oh, shit." And I remember who she was. But I forgot her situation. This big fucking fat woman, dude. She comes in, waddling in the store. The second she gets in, she's struggling to get to the door, right? And like she like waddles out of her car, like falls on her side like a fucking fish out of water. Barely gets up, makes it to the door, gets inside. She immediately doesn't even say hi to the guy. She asks for a chair, a special chair. And we have designated sitting areas. We got like tables with chairs set up. She needs one of the special chairs with a back to it. And she needs to sit in an area where people aren't supposed to sit. So he gets her fat ass a chair and puts it up to her, and she immediately plops down. So you have to go into an area and immediately look for a place to sit. So you go from a car where you're sitting, walk 3 steps into a building, and then you're like, oh my God, where's the next chair at? Because I can't stand for 30 more seconons before I fucking collapse. You know, before my knees snap in half like a fucking chicken bone being eaten.
Listen, oh God.
So yeah, like he sits her down, and she sat down to do something stupid that like you could have done from home.
Listen, and I know what people are saying. Like I can hear them, and I'm not some skinny freaking white bitch. I'm not at all, right? So I'm not gonna hear that freaking like we're criticizing people.
We're not, because I was a fucking fat slob, and I did something about it.
My ass, no matter where the fuck we go. Of course, I'm not 400 pounds either, but I mean, I'm not some skinny bitch either, but I'm not gonna freaking just like be lazy and freaking get a freaking goddamn scooter because I can't freaking move or request a freaking stupid chair.
I was on my way to 300
pounds. I don't
pounds.
understand.
I was on my way to 300 pounds, and I still wasn't lazy. Like we were lazy to a point where like we just wanted to hang out on our days off. Just lay in bed.
And just chill out at home.
When we had to leave, we left. And we never looked for like fat carts or anything. We never like held hands and drove a cart together down an aisle to bother other people.
Like I don't understand why that's a thing. When did that become a thing?
Some people just give up on life. Why is that allowed? Dude. Some people just give up on life.
Do they move with these 400-pound people?
Sometimes they don't.
I don't understand.
And I do implore anyone that listens to this part. There was an episode I did where I told a Walmart story about these freaking people, like lines of piss behind them.
I know those people, but it was the same people that I saw at Price Chopper, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I do remember those people at Price Chopper, but it was a mother-daughter. But it's just like, get up and maybe you might...
Get up and burn some calories, and it doesn't even take, because I'm still lazy. But I don't diet, and I lost well over 100 pounds already, and, it's not that...
Can you imagine me using a scooter to bring these kids to, like, the bus stop? Like, what do these people do? I walk my ass. If I have to get up and walk, I fucking walk my ass. Do I bitch and complain? Like, I don't mind walking. I love walking.
I would love to be a fly on the wall.
I just don't do it.
I would love to be a fly on the wall in their household. Like, do you, like, roll out of bed and like, do, like, a fucking stop, drop, and roll to your kitchen? Stand up to get to the food from your fridge just before you collapse again and eat it on the floor.
God.
I mean, like, because these people seem like they can't stand ever. And this woman immediately, like, it was comical. She gets out of her car, she plops to the ground, rolls to the fucking door, opens it up, stands up for a second and goes, "Where's the seat? Give me a chair, hurry before I hit the ground again." And it's like, the guy gets her a chair, like one of the nice ones with a back to it, and she has to sit immediately. It's like, you can't stand.
Break it.
It's like, you can't fucking stand. Is that how bad your life is? And that's the kind of person who takes up a fat cart and just drives down the aisle. And it's not meant for that. It's meant for handicapped people that have disabilities and handicaps and shit like that, like military vets.
We've discussed this quite a bit actually recently.
It's so annoying.
With the same thing with the fast food thing that I think was the last podcast.
Oh yeah.
It's just like, if you can't
get up off your fucking asses.
Off your ass to get it, then shut the fuck up.
Yeah, we're not fat shaming, even though the people out there, like the PC police that are listening, are gonna bitch about it. But whatever, I don't care.
I don't give a shit, because
this is all really valid. Do you want to live or do you want to die? That's how it boils down to. Do you want to live or die?
I don't know. I was gonna say something about the fast food.
Are we supposed to just accept that people
I was gonna
are
say
fat?
how. Remember way back in the day. This is so funny because
Popeye chicken sandwiches. People are fighting to the death over these things now. They're fighting to the death over Popeye chicken sandwiches.
I was actually going to bring that up later. I was going to bring that up
all right,
later.
all right, so let's talk about this now, okay? So there's an epidemic in the United States of America where people go to fucking Popeyes who serve shitty food, and they're fighting to the death over chicken sandwiches.
Because it's new.
Yeah, but it's not new. It's fried chicken between two slices of bread.
Is
it's
it fried or is it roasted?
I don't know. I don't eat that shit.
Because I like roasted chicken. I do not like fried chicken at all.
But these people are going to these restaurants asking for it, and when the workers say no, they get
taste
attacked.
tests. They're doing taste tests, and I guess Popeyes is winning with the taste. So I have no idea.
Back in my fat days, I used to like the freaking supermarket fried chicken. It was good because
it wasn't fried chicken. That was rotisserie chicken.
No, I like the rotisserie, but then they would have like the 8-piece fried. That was like quick. Like if we were gonna drink.
Oh shit, night, that's right. Okay,
yeah,
never mind.
If we were gonna drink, and I'm like, fuck, I don't feel like cooking tonight. Just grab that, throw some hot sauce on it, and there you go. You got yourself a little snack on it.
Yeah, I don't know how you can eat fried chicken.
You were eating it too at one point.
Yeah, I would take the skin off though.
Yeah,
I don't like the crunchy.
See, to me, the skin is where the
chicken.
flavor was. The meat wasn't as good. I always like the skin better than the meat. But like, you would eat it, I would eat it, and we'd have a good time. But then, like, you go to like a place like a Popeyes, and I went to Popeyes like once or twice up north with
I've
one
never
coworker.
been there.
One coworker loved it. This guy Sean loved that shit. Hey, let's go to Popeyes. I don't like that shit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We went there, and I got a couple things. I'm like, yeah, I'm never going again. I just didn't like it. It was too dry.
I've never been there, so I have no idea.
Bojangles is way too dry. If you're gonna get fried chicken, I guess KFC might be the best of the fast food because it's like moist.
And I never really cared for them either.
I thought your mom. Your mom worked there, right?
Oh
She
God.
used to bring it home.
She used to work there like way like years and years and years ago when she was really really young.
Yeah.
She used to work there and she could bring the stuff home and she thought that was great. But I don't like fried chicken. I don't like fried foods.
Me neither. Not anymore.
Onion rings, I think, and fried dough.
Mozzarella sticks for me.
Yeah, see,
God, yeah.
I think it's onion rings and fried dough for me. And I'm not sure if there's anything else, to be honest with you. I don't really care for fried food.
I like baked food because it's not as hard on the teeth and we're old, so maybe that has something to do with it.
Plus, it's
moist.
Yeah, I think it tastes better.
Yeah, you can season it more, chewy.
I'm not into the whole crunchy. If it's crunchy, I'm not into it. Like, I'll eat chips once in a while, but I don't know.
That hard crunchy bullshit.
Ugh, I don't know. No, you lost my whole complete train of thought. I was going somewhere and you interrupted me and I don't know what the fuck I was talking about.
Payback is a bitch. And so are you. So there you go.
Fuck you.
So anyway, what the hell? Is that happening tonight or no?
Anyways.
I do have one more topic to talk about. Or did you want to take the break first? Because we're at an hour in and I know you need us.
We can take a break because I'm like seriously trying to figure out what the fuck we were just talking about.
So basically what's going to happen for our listeners out there is we're going to go outside.
I'm going to have a smoke and I'm going to piss. Well, I'm not going to pee outside.
Well, you're going to pee and I'm probably going to pee outside.
Oh my God, you're... Okay.
But what's going to happen is we're going to go out there and then talk about what we forgot and we're not going to remember it and we're going to come in here and forget what the hell we talked about just now. So this is a weird moment of the Twilight Zone, and I'm going to let our friend Stevie Richards lead you into the next segment. Go ahead, take it, Stevie. Oh, well, we're back again, ladies and gentlemen. We took a little intermission, and thank you to our friend Stevie Richards talking about his fitness program that I haven't tried yet because I'm still too yoked. I don't know how much more yoked I can get. And
for fuck's sakes.
How do you love that word yoked?
I hate it, and because he knows I hate it, he has to say it more and more and more and more and more. It's just the most ridiculous thing, and he's purposely wearing like a fucking gray
tank top.
Wife beater in sweats.
Wife beater. I'm about to beat you if you don't fuck me.
Oh my God! See, I can't with this shit.
I know. Well, anyway, we were talking outside, and we just didn't care to go back into the other topics because it wasn't important enough to remember.
And I don't feel like rewinding and trying to figure it out.
It doesn't take much. Like you're acting like it's like a tape cassette where you're gonna hear that zzz sound. It's like no, we can click something and go back. Yeah.
Just don't feel like it.
The funny thing is it'll leave us something to talk about another day.
Let's hope so. If I ever remember what the fuck I was about to say.
So basically, what happened was I went to work and I came home today, and I've been podcasting since I came home. I've been talking to porn stars, fucking pervert, and now you. So
are you gonna call him pervert?
No, I love that.
Was
he's fun.
Okay. Wednesday Locker Room gave us a nice shout out today.
Really good. They almost forgot us.
But it was really nice.
I'm very upset.
It was really, really nice how that got brought up, though. The one guy wished you a happy birthday, which is nice.
Steve King. Thank you, Steve King, by the way.
That was really sweet. And then they happened to go into how we interviewed Big Ray.
The Rays.
And Billy Ray. Mm-hmm. And they had a little comment about that.
Well, Billy Ray Valentine.
I thought that was funny. I love the little shout-outs they give.
Yeah,
I think it's great.
Nice. It's very nice, but like the thing is, like you know, like we'll have pretty much anybody on the show. It's like we have to, you know, just make sure we have some kind of common ground or interest.
The only problem is we don't talk about wrestling unless it's a pay-per-view coming up.
But Billy Ray Valentine, if you type in Billy Ray Valentine on Google or whatever, Billy Ray Valentine was a character from Trading Places, played by Eddie Murphy. So I really appreciate the name that he chose because that was a very funny fucking movie, and I don't think people get that. His real name isn't Billy Ray Valentine. Billy Ray Valentine was a character in the movie. So a little tidbit, Easter egg for people. Because the first time I ever heard the name Billy Ray Valentine, I'm like, wait a second, I heard that before. And I typed it in, and there it was, Eddie Murphy. So people may not know that. Some may. You know, but I just want to throw that out because I'm the guru of useless shit. I'm full of it. You know I'm full of it. You've been dealing with me for almost 15 years now. So there you go, babe. But yeah, like we're not.
Did you just call me babe?
Babe, I got you, babe. So we're not just saying.
Can we talk about that for a second?
Yeah, these fucking 80s years. We gotta get rid of it, man. We gotta be done with that.
During vacation, we were with people. And
oh, I know where you're going.
We were walking to the beach, and I had noticed something or whatever, and I was trying to get your attention. And so instead of saying, "Hey," or "Hey, asshole,"
call me by my maiden name.
Like, because that's how we talk to each other. I'm like, okay, we're with people, so I'm like,
you said my real name.
Blah blah blah, and like you looked at me like the weirdest look.
What the fuck? I haven't heard my name called out in a long time.
Because I never call you by your name. You don't call me by my name.
I call you bitch.
That I know.
No, like this was like
I know.
Bitch stank.
It's just how we are, and like the look you gave me, and then we came home that night. You're like, it was really weird to hear you call me by my name.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
so strange.
It was really weird for me to say it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we're fucking odd people.
Well, I mean, like, every couple has a nickname for their spouse. And that's
so
how
what the hell is my nickname for you? Hey?
I don't think you have one for me. Like, yeah, pretty much. Like, I don't know. Like, you don't have one for me. But
I don't. You call me all sorts of stupid freaking... Yeah, stank.
I don't know what
stank, people. That's what he calls me.
Hey, stank.
My God. Or bitch. Hey, bitch.
Hey, bitch.
Like, in a loving way.
Yeah, but it's like...
it's like not in a mean way.
Yeah, it's just something that, like, I call my oldest daughter Piggin.
Yeah,
and
I don't like that either.
She's not even fat. It's just, I don't know where it came from.
Boniest kid I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. But you've done that since she was a baby, like newborn. Yeah. You called her that.
And I call the youngest one Chubbers is her nickname. Hey, Chubbers.
Yeah, well,
and it was like
she is a little bit Chubbers.
Yeah, but she wasn't at the time I gave it to her, and she just kind of grew into it. So it's just
weird.
I
get stank and bitch. I don't know. It's weird.
I don't know where the fuck this shit comes from. It just happens.
You have like I don't know what it is.
I kind of see someone I associate them with something, and it
stank.
Happens.
Stank. It's like the fucking. And I remember. I'll never forget. Like you did it in front of my dad, and my dad looked at me like, "You like being called that?" I'm like, "No, but."
It's just a nickname,
that's man. What he does. Like, what do you want me to
stank.
do? Like, he calls me stank. And
you call me asshole sometimes, so I mean, shit.
Well, yeah, when I'm pissed off.
Everybody calls me asshole.
But,
that's the thing.
I mean, usually it's just, hey, you, can you come here? I got something to say. I don't fucking know. We got a weird relationship.
Very
man.
weird.
I don't think usually couples are like, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, babe, come here. That's not it. Hey, sweetums. That's not us. No. Hey, no. It's just no. Not at all. So, like, we are not affectionate fucking people at all.
Well, I'm not. Like, oh my God, I got really mad the other day, and I feel guilty for getting mad. We were at Old Navy, and like fate has a weird way of playing its cards. So
Okay.
over the weekend, we were supposed to go, and it's like the final couple of days for vacation. The final couple of days, and I promised the kids we're going to get them some pants and shit at Old Navy. Because we did like a half-ass school clothes shopping. I'm like,
we
all right.
did part school shopping before school, and then school started, and we wanted to finish it up.
And it was vacation time. We were worn out from having guests going to the beach. Spent a little bit too much, I guess. I guess over the past like 2 months.
Too many steaks. It was steaks.
Steaks and unexpected things. And I was like, you know what? Can we wait until I get paid again, right? And at my job, I'm fortunate enough to work at a really good job where I have a lot of good benefits and things like that happen. So they have a point system where you get gift cards. And I had like $140 of gift cards where I was able to get Old Navy points, and that's how we got the last batch of clothes without spending actual real money on it, which is great because it's like help. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I told you, I'm like, oh my God, we waited one day and we got all this extra money. Let's just go. Mm-hmm. And I got the gift cards, and you printed them out. And we went to Old Navy, and we got a lot of clothes for the girls. Mm-hmm. And I'm happy because this is the first year I haven't spent. I might have spent like $20 because it's like the extra. Because you have to spend your whole gift card plus a little bit out of pocket.
Basically, you bought the school supplies.
Yeah.
All the clothes came from your job.
Yeah.
And the point system that you're on.
Yep.
Thank God for that because.
Yeah.
Oh my God, clothes are so goddamn expensive. It's ridiculous.
And they wear two different sizes now.
That's the thing. Last year they were in the same size. This year. This is the first year. I mean, they are 9 and 11. This is the first year ever that they are not in the same size. So you got to buy double the clothes this year. It's not like you can't share clothes anymore. And holy hell, that sucks.
So next year might be a little bit easier because the bigger one can pass the clothes on to
the smaller one.
Who's actually the older one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it really worked out well this year. And every month when I get points, I think I'm just going to let them stack. Mm-hmm. And just wait it out, and maybe Christmas and shit like that.
Need
winter clothes,
and all sorts of shit is happening because these clothes. I learned last year they're not gonna last all year. Mm-mm. I mean, the one kid started with a size 4 kids shoe at the beginning of the year. Ended the summer with a size 7.5 women's shoe. What the fuck happened to her goddamn feet, people? I don't know. I don't know what happened to her.
It's the autism. Like, she's getting huge.
No, it's not. It's not that because I have big feet. It's just like they are in the age group where shit is now happening. They are growing. Different body parts are growing. Like it's all out of nowhere. So like throughout
really
the year,
it's really annoying.
Their shorts become booty shorts, and it's just oh my fucking God, man. But thank God for those points.
Yeah.
So I'm happy. We didn't have to spend a dime on clothes shopping, at least. But the other stuff, I mean, which is all cheap, so whatever.
I keep getting these weird fucking pop-ups on my damn phone, and it's always from Reddit. And it's always dumb shit. I wish these notifications in your phone were a lot smarter than they were, because like I just got one saying that you would like the Black Ops 4 community.
Oh.
It's like, dude, I've been a member of this. Shut up. You know, like I don't need to be reminded to revisit this whole thing. But anyway.
No, you were going. You completely sidetracked where you were going with it.
What?
We were talking about Old Navy.
Yeah,
we were talking
Old
about
Navy and
affections.
clothes and shit like that. Affections, yeah.
There was a reason why you were going there, and I
Oh, okay.
All right, there you go.
Wait, can you lead me a little bit further down?
Okay.
My brain just sidetracked.
So
again.
we went there, and our youngest is. We mentioned this already. She's autistic.
I got you. Yeah.
She's already having meltdowns because she wants out of there.
For some reason, she was all over me, and she's never all over me.
Yep.
And she's always mommy, 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 and it's been like that for years now. And so he latched onto you for years. And this time, this particular instance, she was all over me. Like, she kept standing near me, looking up at me, what, like screaming and shit, and just like always had to be by my side. She wanted to hold my hand and like latch on. And we've talked about this before. I'm not a very emotional person. I don't like being held on to. I don't like being touched very often. And I do it because the kids enjoy it. But if it's an overload, I just like it's like sensory overload.
You start shutting down.
I don't like it. Just give me a minute. Just stop hanging on. I don't like being held on to. So she's doing it, and I have to kind of put up with it for her because she doesn't know any better. but she's like screaming and yelling the whole time, and like, well, not screaming, but just being persistent. She kept repeating the same shit over and over again, and just being very obnoxious. And then the other one comes over because she thinks I'm giving this one attention, but I'm really not. I'm trying to stop it. And then she starts hugging me, and the other one's relaxing, and I'm hearing all this shit in my head, and I'm like, dude, just get the fuck off me. And I just like I didn't push him away, but I'm like, just get the fuck off me already, you know? Like I had like a moment of like snap, where every parent has it. Every parent, don't tell me you didn't do this as parents, because you've had me before. We just snapped for a second at your kids, and then like both of them backed off, and I'm like, God damn it, you know? It was just so annoying. We're in a store. I hate being in stores. Number one, I hate being around a lot of people. Number two, number three, I don't like being held on
laughing.
to.
I know it's not.
And number
laughable.
4, I don't like loud noises. And all this shit was happening at once. And I do have mental illness. We've talked about this many times in the show. I keep it in check very often, but sometimes it comes out. And there was all things I hated were happening at once. Being touched, being all this noise, people shopping, all this shit. It was like all these alarms are going off in my head. And that last child who touched me and wrapped her arms around me, and it's just a moment where a kid wants to be held, but there was too much going on, and I can't help it because I do have this issue. And I'm like, just get the fuck off me, everybody, you know? And it stopped. And I was so happy.
That was for like a split second. Like I don't want to go into like you were pissed off the whole time. That was a split second,
and I calmed back down.
As soon as you calmed down, everything was fine.
Yeah, everything was fine. Like we went through the rest of the day. We had a good rest of the day. But it's like, you know, it's just overload.
We're talking about this whole school shopping thing, and I want to bring this up because I know that there are other parents out there that are going through this, or
it sucks.
If they don't realize, they will be going through this. So we have this 11-year-old, and she's becoming more independent. She wants to do her own thing. She wants to pick out her own clothes. She wants to do all this stuff. I don't mind that. But in the back of my head, I'm like, we need to pick out sale items. Mm-hmm. You know, we're trying to get as much as we can for the money that we have. And she's always been into, like, dresses and very girly type things. Dresses were 40% off. I'm like, do you like any of these dresses? So she goes over there and she's like, nah, not really. They're too girly.
She didn't like much this year.
So I'm like, oh, okay. So then I show her like a peachy type zip-up hoodie that says Old Navy on it. And she's like, no, it's too pink. It's too girly. So I'm like, okay. So she basically walked out of there with black and gray clothes. Mm-hmm. This kid
sounds like you.
I know, and not good, man. She's 11, so she's starting to go through where she doesn't want to be too girly anymore. And I understand that because girls don't wear dresses through high school. Like, there is a time where that stops. So I get that. She's in 6th grade, and that's officially done. Dresses are over, which were so damn cute. But, like, she's over that. Mm-hmm. But now she doesn't want to wear pink and purple, and she just wants to wear, like, neutral colors, and she's moody all the time, and I'm just like, oh, fuck, here we fucking go.
That's happening.
So, the other one, like, who has, because she's autistic, she's always been moody, right? Her moods are up and down, but you could tell at 9 that her body's developing. You can tell with her. You don't know because she's the same way all the time. But then the 11-year-old, he's not really developing anywhere, but like her attitude is changing, and I'm like, oh, mentally, the other one's physically, yeah. Like, man, we are fucking screwed. I don't know what we're gonna do.
We're screwed. I'm always at work. You're screwed.
I'm gonna be losing my mind. Like, the 11-year-old has now got an attitude. She doesn't want to get up in the morning. She doesn't want to shower. She doesn't want to do this. She doesn't want to do that. And I'm just like, fucking hell. And then she comes home from school and she takes off her clothes and just throws them. Wherever. And I'm like, what do you... Pick them up and put them somewhere. Mm-hmm. Like, why you got your dirty socks on the kitchen table? Like, no. What is that? Like, I don't...
She's always been a disgusting kid.
Oh, my God. These fucking kids. Like, I just... We are officially into the stage where I'm gonna get a lot of gray hair.
Well, let's talk about a more simpler time in life, okay?
Why? You got another topic?
I have a topic. I always have topics. I always have topics. This is the good thing about having mental illness. My brain goes everywhere, so it keeps the show going. So what about living on a land? That's my topic. So, and it kind of goes into my topic.
You always
after
have
this,
some
okay?
weird ass fucking topics that you throw me into.
Let's just say America went into turmoil, right? Like we had a big world war and bombs were dropped and people died and like businesses were crumbled and the government was gone. And like once the dust cleared and everyone came out of their bomb shelters and like people who were left and were people that were left. Do you think you could survive a world where you had to live on the land? Like you had to just like grab a fucking pipe and jump on a deer and stab it through the head and then cook it and clean it and shit. It's like, what would you do? Just wither up and die because there's no SpaghettiOs?
No, you would have to do it. You would have to do it. You would have to make sure that we had salt and garlic.
I'm sure I could do it, but like
all sorts of shit. Do I want to see you skin it? No.
I've never done it before, but I would if I had to. Like, do you think you could get used to that kind of life? Because that's where genetics come from.
I think if you have to, you have to. I want to be happy.
No, I mean, like, we would definitely acclimate. We would get used to it after a while.
Yeah, you would have to be out there. I'm not killing no damn animal. I would go buy it in the store.
Yeah, it would suck.
And that's one thing. But for me to even think about the poor little chicken that is getting its head cut off, I can't think about stuff like that.
I think what would happen would be like me and the dogs would go out and come home with dinner. Like I would take Faith out or something.
I don't want
go get
to see it happen at all. Like, bring it back to me like it was packaged in the grocery store.
It would never look like that. It would be like something over my shoulder.
I think I would puke.
It would be something over my shoulder. We'd throw it down and just
go find me a can of Shepherd because I don't want
that shit would dry up after a while. Everyone else would get it.
Oh my god. I don't think I could do that.
You guys started eating fish then? Fish?
No, absolutely not.
So then you would die pretty quick.
I would die.
You would die. The kids would die, and it would just be me and the dogs.
Give me a fucking poison ivy plant. I'd rather eat that.
It would be me and the dogs. You and the kids would just...
we're screwed.
Actually, it would be me, Jenna, and the dogs.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Jenna would deal with it, and me and her would be like, all right, it's me and the kid that just talks, screams too much, deal with each other. Fucking... So let me go into the next topic here because that one was pretty quick.
We're just blowing through this shit.
Well, I mean, there's really not much to talk about. Like, you guys would die, me, Jenna, and the dogs would be fine.
Okay.
Actually, it'd be me, Jenna, and Faith. Punky would die because she's a little Miss Priss, so she would die. It'd be me, Faith, and Jenna.
Punky, and Sammy would just hang out on the other side.
Yeah, you, Punky, and Sammy would all be in hell together, and me, Faith, and Jenna would just be living together. So what I want to talk about is TV shows, right? So there's a lot of TV shows out there. And this is where my mind wanders at night when I'm going down that rabbit hole, fighting against my boss and friends and people I just never met before, just having arguments and shit. And I was wondering to myself, like, how can I get myself to fall asleep? So I started thinking about TV shows and scenarios and shit. And I was thinking about, like, comic books and things and all sorts of crazy shit. Which TV show, if you had to replace the Earth as you know it, the existence as you know it right now, with a TV show with you and me and the kids, dogs living in it, what would you want to replace it with? Like, would you replace it with, like, the Flash universe where, like, the Flash is really turning the news and the Flash is saving somebody? Or...
Wait, I don't understand what you're saying. Are we at home watching it?
Well, we could be at home.
Or we're in it?
No, like, we're in it. Like, we live in the world where, like, the Flash is saving people, Superman, Supergirl, or, like, Nightmare on Elm Street, like, oh, well, the Springwood Slasher killed somebody else, or Jason Voorhees.
Why would you pick that?
Well, like, if you had to pick, or like the Ghostbusters just killed another, or just packaged up another ghost or some shit, or Indiana Jones just brought home this artifact, or some, just like what world or movie, like Star Wars or some shit like.
No, it would be some 80s sitcom.
Really?
Because nothing bad ever happened.
All right, well, how about something...
It was always some, like...
How about something interesting? Because, like, that happens in real life all the time.
Okay, well, I don't need no super villain just showing up on Earth, and I would need a superhero to kill it, because I would be terrified all the time.
How about you have to put yourself in a situation where, like, something extraordinary happens that doesn't happen now, just to make it more interesting. So, like, you can't say, oh, well, how about Pretty in Pink, where some girl gets fucked by some guy who, whatever. You have to pick one. And I sure as hell wouldn't pick Nightmare on Elm Street because that motherfucker is freaky. But I would probably pick, if I had to pick one, oh god, man, it's tough. I'd probably pick a world where Batman's real.
What? But then you got bad guys
Exactly.
going around.
Like you'd have like the Joker and the Riddler and all those guys.
Why would you
there.
want that?
Because like
Because
they're
you're
human.
a civilian.
Yeah, because like they're human, and I think I'd have a better chance fighting against like let's just say if I was
Get the fuck out of here.
Well, I would have a better chance. So who would you rather fight? Would you rather fight the Joker or the Juggernaut? The Joker.
Who's the Juggernaut? The big
That big,
dude?
superpowered motherfucker that like bullets bounce off him. Like I'd rather fight the Joker and the
Okay.
Penguin than them. I have a better chance against them than these
but
guys.
why would you want to fight either one? What? This is a dumb question.
No, like I wouldn't rather fight them, but I'm saying like if I had to pick a world of like superpowered people or anything or movies and shit, like you could say Charmed, you could say Ghostbusters, you could say whatever movie pops in your head that doesn't happen in real life, like something supernatural or extraordinary. If you had to pick a world to live in, like which one would you pick? You know? Is there a movie like that you wish was real, or like Jeepers Creepers, or anything like whatever?
Jeepers Creepers, man, you're going down a dark ass path. I don't want to be fucking horrified. No, I'm thinking of like, let's run in the daisies type shit.
Well, then how about in shit that you would like to talk about? How about like serial killers? Like you can go back into the 80s when Ted Bundy or the 70s when Ted
no, I
Bundy
wouldn't
was
want to
killing
be
people.
that either because I wouldn't want to be killed.
Man, you just can't come up with shit.
No, because you're bringing up stuff where people can be harmed. I'm thinking about like if I want to live in a world where like why would you want to pick in a world
How about Pleasantville? The movie Pleasantville, where it's like black
okay,
and
well
white.
there you go.
There you go.
That's cute. Yeah, that was cute.
See, if I had to pick one, and
I haven't thought about
yeah.
that movie in years.
See, I haven't picked one, but I'm going to right now.
Plus, that was a good movie.
I'm gonna go.
Oh, Paul Walker was in that movie.
I'm gonna go Back to the Future.
See, hold on.
Time travel.
Let's pause right the fuck right now.
Mm-hmm.
You asked me a stupid question.
Yeah. Well, what movie or time?
No, listen.
Or, like, if you wish it was real,
No.
which one would you go with?
Listen, let me speak for a second. You asked me a dumb question, and then you talk about The Flash for the TV show, and you mentioned Charm, right?
Well, I opened up huge possibilities.
Then you go to Batman and Freddy and fucking Jeepers Creepers and shit, never once mentioning anything about Back to the Future.
Oh, well.
And then you just bitch slap me with that. Well, obviously that's not a bad movie. I was literally sitting here thinking, what good movie is
I didn't
that?
say bad. I said things that won't happen.
I know, but you kept bringing up
life.
horrible freaking shit.
I'm just saying, like like bad guys, good guys, superheroes.
I don't
like
want no
serial killers
bad
and
guys.
shit.
No, I don't want any of that.
This is something that would never happen. Well, maybe not in our lifetime. Our kids, our great grandkids would never have this.
Oh my god!
But I'm just saying,
what
like,
the fuck kind of question was that?
If there was a life where
I
someone
feel
had
like
a
I got
DeLorean,
trapped.
I'm just throwing shit out there, man. Like I just think it's interesting to talk about. Like if there was something, a franchise or a movie or something that you wish that you could live in their existence instead of this one, which one would you pick? I mean,
You go with fucking Back to the goddamn future.
Because there's always something you could do. Like you could always alter your own reality, and it always
You're
changes.
such a dick.
So I would
Okay.
go in my time machine and be like, holy shit, you're this much in debt? Let me go back and change that. When you go in that car and you're done.
Oh my god.
How about this one?
You got, oh my god, he's got another one.
Well, you don't have any, do you?
No, because this was a spur of the moment podcast. So
Well,
if you got more, let's go.
So Lara Spencer, she's the
okay, I have things to say. But
good.
go ahead.
Well, she's one of the anchors on the morning show that you watch. I don't know which channel it is.
Excuse me. Okay, first of all, I got something to say about that. I only watch this fucking show because I don't like it. Number one.
So wait, who else is on that network that you watch?
I don't know. I don't know because I don't like this fucking stupid show.
Yeah,
It's
but
Good Morning America.
What comes on later on in the day that you love so much?
I know what you're getting at, and I don't love it. But my channel is gone.
Say her name.
I'm not saying her name. I'm not saying her name.
What's her name? Come on, the movie's coming out soon.
The movie's coming out.
Remember, say my name. Heisenberg. You're damn right.
Oh, because you sound like you know what? You sound like Candy Cane.
Candy Cane.
Yeah, that one. Anyways.
Say her name. It's Rachel Ray. It's
Whatever.
that network.
Listen.
ABC.
We lost CBS. I know that people in the Midwest or whatever lost ABC. I lost CBS. basically, we all need to band together because DirecTV fucking sucks right now.
Yes.
So we were watching. I was watching Good Morning America. What's her name?
Lara Spencer.
The blonde. Okay, Lara Spencer.
Lara, Lara.
Lara
Spencer. Yeah, it's not Laura Spencer from General Hospital. It's
okay, because I was just about to say what. Anyways, this poor woman, right? And I like her. I don't like this channel. I don't like this show, but she is funny, and I like her. I think she's chipper all the time.
Not bad. She's not bad.
She's funny, and she happened to say something about Prince George about ballet, and all she said was, I don't have the quote in front of me because we can't have.
This is exactly what happened. She said something about oh, it's adorable, blah 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 blah. She said a couple of good things, and then she goes, "Let's see how long that lasts."
Right, and directed at Prince William.
Yeah.
Right. And the next day, she had to recant what she said and apologize for it.
And the reason is,
I don't care what the fucking reason is.
No. Well, the reason is because it wasn't because. Like she said anything wrong, because I don't think the network thought she did, otherwise she wouldn't be allowed back to work the next day. It was because a bunch of dancers and tweets and shit were sent out.
They were boycotting outside the show.
They all showed up outside the show. They were dancing, and they had their own little private interviews. They were bashing her, and she showed up for work, and she got out of the limousine and waved at the audience and went back inside. So go ahead and take it from there.
All she said was, let's see how long that lasts. Yeah. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
She didn't say it maliciously.
She didn't say, "Oh, he'll never become a dancer." They were throwing the word. They were throwing the word bullying at her. Yeah. She wasn't bullying.
Seriously.
All she said was, "Let's see how long that lasts." This kid is 4 years old. Yeah. He's a baby still.
He's a kid.
And she was kind of making a joke.
Kids change their tastes all the time.
But I mean, I am sorry. I see nothing wrong with it, and I feel like the world is getting way too damn sensitive. She didn't say anything.
It's horrible now.
Horrific. She didn't say anything I don't know. She was not bullying him. She was just saying she made one stupid comment and all hell broke loose. And it's seriously, you have to be careful with everything that you fucking say, and I don't like that.
You can't say shit anymore. That's why I love this podcast, because we say what the fuck we want. I don't care.
I really don't like the way the world is coming. You go outside, you have to bite your tongue all the time, because God forbid you say the fucking sky is blue and someone thinks it's fucking purple.
That's
and
objective.
They're gonna freaking attack you for it.
The sky's not a sky.
I'm sorry,
it doesn't identify as a sky.
That's not the world that I grew up in. No. And I'm not gonna raise my kids that way. You say, I know, I just can't.
Well, think of this.
This poor woman, I'm so glad that they did not fire her, because if they fired her, I would have been fucking pissed. And I'm someone that does not like this show. I don't like it. I'm watching it because my show, CBS This Morning, is not on.
You take what she said and put it back on air 15 years ago, and it wouldn't have been a big issue.
Right.
It's just now, because people are so fucking hypersensitive now.
She said it. They made her apologize because she had to apologize, and they kept her on, and I'm glad, because I like her. I think she's funny.
I feel like people are watching TV with a clipboard, and they just record every single thing, and they re-listen to it. So they watch a TV show, and they play it in slow motion to hear every single word to find something to pick apart.
This is the problem.
Bullshit.
This is why all this weird, stupid shit is bleeding in to shows and movies, because
everyone's afraid.
Everyone is afraid to offend someone, so they have to include every single possible scenario that you can do, because if it's an all white TV show or movie, you're racist.
Even if it's accidental.
Even if it's accidental. Even if what the hell? Okay, I'm not gonna bring it up. I know it came up to my mind immediately. But even if it's a stupid movie that was done previously with a certain race or ethnicity or whatever, and then they change it. I can't.
The thing is I understand inclusion, and I'm all for it, because we have mixed children, obviously, but I'm also about preservation. I mean, preservation of stories that were already told. We don't have to retell stories, because I don't want to take from someone. Because, in my opinion, it builds more animosity. Because, let's just say, if you have a cast of all white people that was built in the 20s, back when there was no tolerance for anything, right? And it became a cult classic. And then, like, now here we are in the time and day that we are now. If you take that same movie from back then and you replace half the cast with Mexicans, blacks, like Chinese, of course you're going to offend them because that's their thing. That's how they grew up. But let's just say, if hypothetically, because back in the segregation days, you would have your black audience, your Hispanic audience, and all this other shit. If a white cast redid that nowadays, it would be racist.
Yep.
So it's like, let's just let everyone have their history. Let them have their history. The whites can have their history. The blacks, Spanish, Chinese, let them have their history.
That's
and
the
then
thing.
Let's just build newer shit.
Because you can't. You can take all the white TV shows or the white movies you want and put a different thing in there, right?
Yep.
But if you take a black or Hispanic show or movie or whatever and you throw just white people in there, that's bad. You can't do that. Why are you doing that? That you're racist. That's not right. Why is that okay? I don't understand what we're coming to, and it's pissing me off. I can't even imagine the shit that these kids are going to be watching.
Imagine the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air redone with a white cast.
No, it wouldn't work. I'm white. It's not going to work.
Yeah, but
it
still,
would not be funny.
Just imagine it.
No, it'd be stupid. It worked for them. I liked it.
It was a great show.
I loved that fucking show.
Karen Parsons. God bless you, Karen Parsons. We still love you.
You can't put. No, it wouldn't work.
It's kind of like you're going down the same path because, like, you don't have to, you don't have to replace. Make new. You know?
I've said that before.
Make new.
I've said that several times. Like, why are you redoing everything and then changing it? Just make new shit.
We've talked about the Little Mermaid before, and he got us in trouble. But it's like we've always expressed our personal tastes. We don't speak for anybody. We don't encourage anyone to follow our way of thinking. We just like you guys listening to us. Opinion. So like I do love inclusion and shit like that because like we have kids that I would like to see included in everybody in their daily activities.
Of course.
But there's also a thing called history and other shit. So if there's a movie that's established and very popular, why change it just for the sake of changing it to make everyone feel like they belong? Why not just make a new fucking movie? And have everybody in it. Like, why don't they have like Little Mermaid 2? Ariel introduces her friend, this person.
Exactly. And then
that's
that
how I
one
felt.
has a spin-off.
Exactly. I just don't understand why you have to change that one because like you're taking from one to give to another. That's like me taking a lollipop from my one daughter and giving it to my other daughter to make her feel like she's included. And one daughter feels like left out, like, hey, where's mine at? You know?
Yep.
No, I'm gonna sit there and give you yours. I'm gonna buy her one that may be different than yours, and you just each have something. I just don't fucking
it's very
get it. It's
aggravating
so annoying
with the way I feel the world is going. I don't like it.
It's such a shitty place, and I blame the Democrats and the left. And that's how it is, and that's why so many people are voting Republican, and that's why Donald Trump is gonna win.
He's gonna win with a fucking landslide.
And I'm voting for him.
Yep.
Fuck these motherfuckers.
I was a Democrat before he got in there, and then the Democrats fucking.
They're just dumb.
I don't know what the fuck
Socialist
happened.
Party and all this other
but
shit
like, you know
doing.
what? I want no part of it anymore.
I feel embarrassed to say I ever voted for that party because they're so fucking dumb and they're ruining the world right now.
So stupid.
And like you look at like these news stories, and there was a guy who wore a fucking MAGA hat at a bar at 1 o'clock in the morning, which is a fucking dumb move. Don't go to a bar at 1 o'clock in the morning and expect to come out unscathed or whatever, unless you're in a small town. And he got jumped by two people just for wearing a fucking hat, you know? He got jumped and beaten up for wearing a fucking hat that people didn't like. You know, it's just so dumb, and it's just like the tolerance level is just so freaking low. And I understand that Donald Trump is an interrogator. He starts shit.
No, I don't like Donald
I don't like him as
Trump.
a person. I think he's a piece of shit.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. Like,
he's done a good job for us as a president. Us.
Okay, and like I said about way back when we were talking about Michael Jackson, I don't like him as a person, but his music was fucking amazing, and you can't deny that. So, Donald Trump, I don't like him as a person. I think he's fucking shady. I think he's a womanizer.
Piece of garbage, man.
I think he's a fucking complete piece of shit. But what he's done for us so far,
I mean,
has done nothing but help us.
Can't argue the numbers.
I mean, like, if people could just put that shit aside, and like, I know it sounds fucking stupid because he has broken the law, and I do think he should be held accountable for what he has done. I full-heartedly believe that, but it doesn't look like he's coming out anytime soon. So just suck it up and fucking whatever.
They just don't know how to argue this guy. They don't know how to do it.
I just don't like. I don't like all the fucking stupid shit the other side is fucking doing.
The left keeps thinking by calling everybody a racist for every little thing and trying to find flaws in every little argument anyone can ever make. And you got Twitter and Facebook and all these other sites that are sitting out there and saying, "Hey, listen, we're on the tolerance side." And it's like you got the left versus the right, and the right seems to be more sensible at this point. They seem to be the level-headed,
because I'm inclusive.
People.
Like, we're an inclusive fucking family.
I have no problems. Like we had a birthday party a couple of years back for our youngest daughter, and we had an Asian family.
Oh my god, yes, it was so fun.
We had a dwarf who was the cutest. I wish he was still friends with this kid. I don't know where she is anymore.
So
I know. The cutest kid I've ever seen.
She was so cute.
She was a dwarf, and and we had like all sorts of different nationalities, and it was fun.
She had, I felt like she had a friend in every goddamn.
Yeah, it was like It was like a United Nations meeting. You know,
it was the craziest.
It was cute.
All these kids came in and were like, "Whoa!" She's like friends with like all and I love that.
Yeah, it was so cool.
I love that these kids are friends with, and that makes me feel good. But like. It's just like, why can't people just
Well, that's what happens
with
your
nice.
Kids. That's what happens with your kids. Like, I've always used this analogy before.
And it's the parents that put the shit in the kids' heads. Like, that's, I mean, I don't know.
I've used this analogy before, and I've said it a million times. I've said it before in the podcast. But for our new listeners, I'm going to do it one more time because you guys might not have heard it before. I've always said if you take a black, white, Asian, Spanish, Korean, whatever the fuck, every nationality, you take one of each nationality and put them in a classroom together at the age of 5 and under. They're going to get along fine and play.
Of course
they're going to be best friends. They're going to love each other and kiss each other and hug and touch each other, whatever. Share food, drink out the same straw. There's no problems at all. Mm-hmm. You take those same kids, and 20 years later, they're going to fight and kill each other.
Yep.
And what happens in between 5 and 25? What happens?
It's parents and the news, I believe.
Influence, the media, your family. It's not that they hate each other, because you can take them and put them in all different corners of the world. They'll never see each other again. You bring them all back together, they'll hate each other because of outside interference. And that's what happens. It's just the world, the way it's built, the way that people get together, social media, the internet, everything just makes you hate each other, because I don't have contact with the outside world. The only contact I have is when I go to work and when I go on the internet and I read comments and shit like that. And when I read comments, it makes me hate people for no reason. Like, I don't even watch wrestling anymore. But when I read comments about wrestling, I hate certain wrestlers even though I've never seen their matches. I've never watched one AEW match, but I hate that company.
Why?
For no reason. Well,
what the fuck's going on?
The thing is, like, I hate Cody Rhodes because I've seen him wrestle. I hate Stardust. I think he's a piece of shit. But the other wrestlers in that company...
you hated him before that.
Oh, I've hated him for a long time. But there's been a few other wrestlers that I've never seen, like Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. I've never seen them wrestle, but for some reason I just don't like them because of things I've read about them on the internet. And I think that's what happens as far as like race in America. We don't really necessarily, coincide with each other or like cross paths or anything, but we read so much on the internet. Just like if we turn on the news and you see like, white kid goes to school and shoots up his whole classroom, you might be like, oh, well, white kids with trench coats are bad people. Or if you...
White kids with... do you remember that?
Yeah. Columbine, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Jesus Christ.
Conversely, if you look up, like, group of black youths jump old white man and beat him half to death, you might be like, oh, shit, all blacks are bad. Or, like, Spanish gang shoots up in the drive-by, a bunch of cholos fucking shoot up a fucking neighborhood.
When you say cholos?
Yeah, well, that's a term that we use.
What the fuck is that?
It's like a gangster kind of thing.
You're like, that's a term we use. I've never heard that in my life.
Sorry, but anyway, like that's the thing that like might make you think like Spanish people that wear like flannels or some shit are bad people. So it's like a generalization that we get off of watching things in the media and on TV and what we hear that makes us hate each other, you know? And it's really sad and unfortunate, but that's the world that we live in, you know? So that's where I go back and I bring it back around as like that's the analogy that I use as far as like kids being 5 and 25 and like they're good and they hate each other. How did we get on this again? I don't remember, but it's a good topic. No, this is the Lara Spencer thing. It goes back to Lara Spencer somehow.
Oh, but that wasn't racist or anything. That was just like she said one stupid comment.
Yeah, it's just how people take something and run with it. Basically, that's how we started here and how we ended here. And
did you see all those people protesting?
It's like, what are you protesting?
Because of one comment?
She said, "How long is that going to last?" And just to put some parental perspective on it, because people just like to be offended. Our youngest daughter, she liked Peppa Pig, and she stopped liking it. Mm-hmm. And then she went to Doc McStuffins. She stopped liking it. Mm-hmm. She liked some other dumb shit. Paw Patrol. Stopped liking it. Now she's back on Peppa Pig. And then she went to Little People. Then she went back to Peppa Pig.
Yep.
So it's like basically like us saying, oh, well, you know, she likes Shimmer and Shine.
How long is that going to last?
Exactly. Because that's what kids do. They change their mind like they change their underwear.
Like we're going to buy all these fucking toys.
How long is this going to last? And she said it in jest. Lara Spencer did. And these people took it and ran with it. Everybody, if you watch that video, everybody around her was laughing. Yeah.
Because they knew it was a joke. It was just commenting. It was just talking.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that big of a deal. She wasn't insulting anybody. She
did not. I guarantee you. I don't know this bitch. But I guarantee you she did not have a malicious bone in her body.
Insulting a 3 or 4 year old, however old
I don't think she would do that.
Insulting the family. She was just making a comment, and it was just like the next day, like because everybody on the set was laughing, you could hear them.
Yeah.
Next day, everyone was fucking out there protesting. Like, get the fuck out of here, man, with this stupid shit.
And it makes you wonder because the people that are in positions of like, you know, like wealth and power and TV and fame and shit like that had no idea. They laughed. You can't underestimate the outrage of America anymore. You can't.
I guarantee.
When are we going to get to a point where you can't say shit? You can't say anything without a filter.
What happened was after Good Morning America went off.
It took one person to cry.
All they did was see that they were trending for that one comment.
Yep.
And they were like,
I'm offended.
We gotta figure out what we're gonna do tomorrow on tomorrow's show. Mm-hmm. And like they knew that she wasn't wrong, so they didn't fire her. Other people had been fired in the past on TV. We've seen that happen.
She did nothing wrong.
Think of anyone off the top of my head because I'm an idiot. But
chick from Fox and News, whatever. Kelly, her name was.
Conway.
No, not Kellyanne Conway, but something. Megyn Kelly.
Okay, alright. Yep. So, like, I mean, it's happened before where someone, I don't remember what Megyn Kelly said. I cannot remember, so I can't say if it was good or bad or
her
whatever.
wearing blackface because she liked Diana Ross.
Oh, fuck that. Alright, so now I'm going to get pissed off again.
There you go.
Oh, my God.
I just don't like the fact.
That was around Halloween, was it not?
Yep.
Okay, so why is that not okay? I need to know. Because if you're dressing up as a character, why can't you dress up as a character? I seriously, and I'm not trying to be stupid, I don't understand why that's wrong.
I'll tell you what, Halloween this year is going to be very interesting.
But I don't understand why she couldn't dress up as Diana Ross. If that's who she loves, that's who she idolizes, why can't she put makeup on and dress up as her?
Halloween is going to be outlawed real soon because everyone's going to identify as everything eventually, and everyone who dresses up as the opposite, whatever the fuck, is going to be offending something.
Is it okay for a white man to just dress up as Michael Jackson because he had white skin at the end? I don't understand. I don't understand.
You know what I think's going to happen is like people are going to identify as furries, right? So what if someone dresses up as the cowardly lion from The Wizard of Oz? You're making fun of furries. I identify as a lion.
I don't like where we're going.
What happens to people that like... Because like I remember when the football team dressed up as cheerleaders and the cheerleaders as football players. is that going to be an offensive thing in the future, or is it an offensive thing now? Because we don't know what the limit is. Like, where's the line drawn?
Why is anything offensive? I don't get it.
When can people stop being offensive? And I think it's more of a currency. I don't think people are offended anymore. Like, personally, I think it's something that they throw out there just to get some kind of credibility, because now credibility leads celebrity.
I remember that blackface thing, and I know
that's fucked up,
I'm
obviously.
white. So I really have no right to say whatever the fuck I'm going to say. But it was made into such a big-ass thing. Like a big-ass thing. Where I think it was Whoopi Goldberg was fucking crying about it.
Yeah.
All these people, like people on the talk, I can't remember her fucking name. All these people were fucking talking about it. And I'm just like, all she did was try to dress up as someone on Halloween. On Halloween, you try to become other things, whether it's someone stupid like Strawberry Shortcake, okay? Let's just a fictional character, right? Or you try to become like someone that you idolize. She obviously liked her, Diana Ross. I don't understand, and it became like this huge thing. I'm like in shock of that.
It's like they call it something called cultural appropriation. Is what they call it. So, and cultural appropriation is something that like is very subjective in its own right, unless it's blatant.
Well, I guess back in the day they used to do something, and it's called blackface, and I know nothing about it. So I'm telling you right now, I know nothing about it.
There was a guy named Al Jolson. I think his name was Al Jolson, and what he used to do was do these comedy skits where he would wear blackface and do like the dancing and the whole like shucking and jiving voice and whatnot.
Oh, is that where it comes from?
Yeah, that's where like Mr. Bojangles and all that shit. He used to do like these comedy sketches and shit like that. And then that was a pretty bad thing. Like, it's really bad if you watch it nowadays. It does not age well. But like, you know, like the whole cultural appropriation thing is like if you wear a fucking gi from Japan outside and you have your hair in that bun with the fucking things in there and shit, and you're eating rice and you're trying to speak in a Spanish or a Chinese accent. I mean, yeah, that can kind of be seen as bad. But if you're out and about and you just wear like a Japanese inspired outfit, people will say, "Oh, you're stealing their culture," which is weird because everyone borrows from everybody. That's what America was built on. You know, that's the kind of culture we're built on, like sharing ideas and building on it.
I have two things here. Number one, I'll say this. I remember the talk. Julie Chen was still on it, and they were talking about someone had their picture taken, and I don't remember who the celebrity was that was wearing an Asian type dress. And they were all talking about it, and it was a big deal. The second thing I wanted to talk about was that my sister, who is white as white can be, went to prom wearing a Chinese dress, had I don't know what the fuck, some kind of weird, I don't even know. She was in No Doubt at the time. Some kind of Hindu weird tattoo thing all up her arm.
Well, like the henna tattoos?
There you go.
Yeah.
And then she had her hair up in a bun with the chopsticks through it. She had like this awesome fucking purse that went with the dress that looked like it was the coolest fucking thing. It was like Chinese takeout. Mm-hmm. That it was a little Chinese takeout box that was a purse, and that's how they sold it. They sold it like in Spencer's or something, and she bought it, and it was the coolest fucking outfit. And she looked so fucking cool. And this is the sister that I do not talk to anymore, but like she looks so fucking cool, and that was years ago. I can't even imagine her going to school.
Oh my god, they would throw stones at her.
Like that.
They would beat the shit out of her. I guarantee you she'd be on the news right
She
now.
had all sorts of different shit going on. And like she had the bindi. That's another thing I never mentioned. She's worn a bindi in between her eyebrows in the middle of her forehead since she was probably in 7th grade.
Yeah.
She still does it. I don't know why. I think because of No Doubt. I think because Gwen Stefani at one time was doing it and she just never stopped doing it.
Gwen Stefani outgrew up with this bitch.
Yeah, my sister is still fucking to this day with kids and everything is wearing a bindi in her fucking forehead. But like it's just Why can't people have a certain style? That's her style. She likes that. The
thing about America was we're supposed to be...
Why can't you like something that's not your culture?
The thing about America, we're supposed to be the culmination of everyone. Like, America is a land of opportunity. We welcome all creeds, ages, sex, racial, everything. Everything is supposed to be a melting pot. That's what America is. And no one technically owns America. We all just come here and build together. We're a mixture, a big melting pot, right?
We all came from somewhere, right? This is a new country. Everyone came from somewhere.
That's why you can drive down the street in any big city in America. You can see a fried chicken place.
Yep.
A fucking taco place.
A Chinese food
place. A pizza place.
Italian restaurant.
Yeah, exactly. Italian restaurant. You can see all this shit on one block. Mm-hmm. And American hot dogs sell at the very end. You can see all this shit on one block. And that's the beauty of America. Jamaican food, all sorts of shit. Everything is there, man. And that's the beauty of America. We all share each other's cultures. We love each other. We grow together. And we build on what we have.
But at this point, it's like, God forbid you wear my clothing that my country made. Yeah, exactly. I don't understand. So is it going to get to the point where...
We segregate again? Yeah, probably.
Our kids can't wear or play with... This is a better one. Is it going to get to the point where our youngest child can't play with toys that are made in China? Because... I mean... Like, where is a line going to be drawn? Because... I don't know.
I just don't know anymore. It's getting so bad.
If a store in America sells a certain thing, you should be able to buy and wear that certain thing. If they...
We're not in control of this anymore. I mean, like,
I don't understand.
My sister, the media, they all control it.
She wore this whole outfit, right? She bought it here. She bought it here for prom and wore it. But no, God forbid you walk the street looking like that.
It's just the way the world is, man. Like, you can't have an identity anymore. You have to live and conform to the norm. And
I just don't like it. And I don't like how our kids are going to end up growing up. I don't like it at all.
I can't see it changing. I really can't see it changing. I think we're fucked. I really do, man. And it's so sad because, like, when I grew up, I remember growing up and just being able to do whatever and going to my friend's house. And I used to spend Jewish holidays at my friend's house. And I'm not Jewish.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yep.
I remember eating matzo ball soup, and I didn't like it, but I ate it out of respect. And I remember eating, like, Jewish food because I love that family. They took me in as, like, their fourth son.
I had one, too, and we called it Chrismica.
My friend's mom, Natalie, she's up there. I want to give Natalie Fink a shout-out. She passed away, and I was not able to go to the funeral because I didn't know she passed away until I found out on Facebook, the hard way, but I loved her to death, and I hope she can hear that. If there is an afterlife, I hope she can understand and hear. I love her to death. Great woman. And so I mean, it's just like you don't have that level of tolerance anymore. Like, people don't respect each other's cultures anymore. It's like you have to be on one side or the other.
But why isn't our generation stopping it? Our generation was raised a certain way, right?
I don't know.
Where everything was okay.
I blame the left. Now, that's how I do it.
I know, but it can't just be that. Like, I don't understand why
it's mostly that,
our kids are going to be raised I don't understand why they're going to be raised different. I just don't know. But then again, we were raised different than our families, right? Because there was segregation, there was all sorts of shit going on then. So then our generation came along, and everyone got along.
Yeah.
I grew up. Everyone got along. It didn't matter if you were gay,
didn't matter.
straight, black, white, Hispanic. It didn't matter. In our school, we all got along.
Mm-mm.
Depending on what group we were in. But like it wasn't a race thing. It was
more or less ideology.
It was
more than more than looks. It was ideology. So like if you were a goth, we didn't like the goths. We were jocks, but like you would say like black, white, Spanish goths, Chinese goths. But then you have your black, white, Spanish, Chinese, jocks, and they would.
But they all hung out together.
It was more or less the ideologies than anything else.
So that was our generation, and now our kids' generation is growing up, learning that nothing is okay anymore.
It's like you can't do shit. You're always walking on a fucking tightrope, always walking on glass. It's like you're walking on these hot fucking...
It makes you second guess a lot of fucking shit, and I don't like that.
And the way that we are is like we're never gonna stop our fucking mouths. We're never gonna shut up, and that's why we appreciate every single person who tunes into this podcast and gives us these thousands of downloads per day, because we appreciate you and you appreciate us, and we're never gonna change our tune. And I know that, like, and I do want to address this once you're done with this topic.
No, I'm done. I'm good. I think I said probably too much to get enough 1 stars in there.
No, I mean, if you give us a 1 star, I don't give a shit, because I just don't care anymore, because you did say something earlier to me that we're losing the heart of what this podcast was all about. And I really, like, I do agree with you in some sense, but I don't think so in the other sense, because my vision for the podcast was always to have an open outlet, and I just want to talk to people that I admire from different walks of life that do different things, and whether they're like they do this, they do that, whatever. I've talked to a homeless person, I've talked to a furry, I've talked to porn stars, I've talked to TV show people, we talked to wrestling journalists, we talked to conspiracy theorists, and that's 7 off the top of my head, and we've been doing this for 8 months now, right? And so that's basically, it equals out to once a month that we've been doing something different. And I feel like we've exceeded my expectations for what I wanted to do. And everything kind of really started piling on at the end of this, podcasting experience. And I've had a good time. So I just want to see where the future, brings us and shit like that. But, I mean... You also said something like, we're turning to an interview podcast, we're playing music, and we got intros and shit, and I'm like,
Whoa. Don't put stuff in my mouth. I never said that.
Yeah, you said something earlier
I said something about the interviews. We're doing too many in such a short amount of time, and we're not spreading them out. We did say. I've said from the beginning, I don't want to be an interview podcast. This is not an argument. This is just a regular topic that we have discussed. What?
You bitch. Now we're arguing.
Oh my God. But no, I said that...
We're not selling out.
No, and I think we need to spread it out more, because I feel like it's been every single week. And I get it. And I appreciate where these interviews are coming from. I'm not saying that I don't. I just feel like... I'm thinking maybe it's because we were on vacation.
Maybe.
And it's just like everything... I just feel like everything's like... I don't know. I don't know. Like I would like to spread it out more, the interviews, because this is I feel like we're so fucking busy, and we don't have enough time for you and I to do, like, it was originally supposed to be me and you, and that's it.
It started off as me because you didn't want to do it at the beginning, or I started it.
Okay, yeah, you started it,
and then like you came in, and then we started doing it together, and then we started doing other shit, and then one person came on, and then it steamrolled out of that.
Yeah, right. So I'm trying to get back to where it's just
Karen
me
Parsons,
and you.
It's her fault.
It's not her fault. That was way the fuck back in May. That was months ago. But I just want to, like, slow it down a little bit, and I feel like maybe if we do interviews, because I know that we were supposed to line up a couple. It's just hold them for a couple, because I don't.
We don't have to line up. They're coming to us. It's pretty cool. So.
Oh no, that's cool. Like, I think that's cool. I just want to hold them for a little bit, because
I know. But like, I mean, like, to our hardcore fans, we're not going to sell out. We haven't sold out. I just haven't done a solo in a while, but I am itching to fucking just go off. And I'll tell you what, when I do my solo podcast, because I will be doing one, and tomorrow's Thursday. Maybe I'll do one tomorrow, man.
Well, now we got 2 in the bag. Yeah. So, are you really gonna do one tomorrow?
What I'm gonna do is I am gonna record one. I'm gonna fucking go off, and it's not gonna have the intro. It's not gonna have all these cute little commercials. It's gonna be me giving the time and date of the show, and I'm gonna post it the second I finish recording it from the sauna.
So wait, is this taking our place of our Friday podcast?
I have no idea. The thing is, like, we have such good content, and I think this is what a lot of other podcasts fail at, is that they just talk.
Because we ramble.
And they try to... And, like, they try to
we
replicate...
bullshit and we fucking offend everybody.
Well, like, they try to replicate things that they hear, and they try to steal topics and shit like that, and it just doesn't work out because there's no personality, and that's just the way it goes. And there's other shows out there that have way too much personality but not enough topics. So I think we have the perfect blend of things that happen, and we appreciate every single person out there that listens to us, gives us a 5-star review, or a 4 or 3, 2, what, I don't care. As long as you're listening.
A 5-star review would be nice.
A 5-star review is perfect, obviously. I mean, we got plenty of those. We got more than a lot of people out there, and we do appreciate every single person out there, and we will give shout-outs to every single person.
Listen, this is what we got to do, because
Go for it.
I'm very upset that the last couple of comments we haven't been able to talk about, and the reason why we haven't shouted you out is because we've realized that every time we bring the phone or iPad close to the mic on this table, we get static. So we're doing it for a reason. What we need to start doing is start writing stuff down.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I want to keep shouting these people out, because I appreciate
next episode
them giving comments and stuff. We've been getting 5-star comments this week, and I want to shout them out. So it's not that we're ignoring you. We've seen it and we appreciate it. It's just we're trying to figure things out, so we'll write them down and shout you out that way, I guess. Because I don't know what
episode
else to do.
We'll shout out a bunch.
Okay.
And Sherry, our new best fan, we love you and you're awesome. Thank you for listening. And yeah, man, if you guys want to find us on Twitter, you can find us at Voices of Misery. You can find us on Facebook at Voices of Misery Podcast.
It's okay.
Or just type that shit in Facebook and you'll find us. Just goddamn it, just keep mashing that fucking enter button. You'll find us.
Listen, really, all you have to do is on Google Voices of Misery.
You'll find everything.
You'll find everything.
But if you want to email us personally, well, we will get back to you very quickly. It's at Voices of Misery Podcast at gmail.com. And that's where you can find us. And if you want to get on the show, or you want to shout us out, hate us, curse us out, or give us some kind of direction, if you want to say, hey,
listen,
you know what, whatever.
We're
always there. Go ahead. Did you lose your thought?
No, I didn't lose my thought. I'm trying to figure it out.
I'm getting late tonight.
No, you're not.
She's drunk.
No, I'm not.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna fuck the shit out of you, man.
Stop being fucking stupid. No, he's not.
I'm already thinking of new moves I'm gonna try.
Okay, end it. I'm ready. I'm ready to fucking punch the wall at this point.
Oh my god. Well, anyway, so do you have any thoughts? Because you're sitting there struggling. I think I won.
No, I'm good with your super fucking dimple that I just want to punch in the fucking face, man.
You just want to tongue my dimple.
Not really.
Well, anyway, we just want to give a special thank you to our friends at Hameen Media. You guys are good friends of ours, and
they keep shouting us out.
Yeah. And we shout them out too. They're great people, man. And if anyone from Hameen Media wants to get on the show, shoot us an email or Facebook, Twitter, whatever.
No, stop it right there.
Jargo, you're dead.
No, listen.
Shout him out.
I don't mind having anybody on the show except for Jargo. He's not allowed.
Oh, shit.
I'm still not over the hoe-ass podcast, man.
What the hell does that even mean?
It means we're a hoe-ass podcast. He's not allowed on the show.
Doesn't Jargo know that I'm fucking yoked right now?
Dude, you ain't yoked. This is so fucked up.
Oh, well, I love it, man. And we all love you, ladies and gentlemen. We will talk to you soon from the Voices of Misery. I'm the nerd.
Oh, I'm supposed to talk?
I pointed at you. You're supposed to talk, you bitch.
I guess I'm the nerdette.
Late.
Yes, it is I, Bin Hameen, commanding all of you to join the wrestling revolution, the underground of media, and follow our brothers at Voices of Misery on Twitter and subscribe to their podcast because they support hackerhameen.podbean.com and you will go support voicesofmisery.podbean.com because there is no more misery when you leave those FM marked channels and you join the media underground of Voices of Misery and hackerhameen.podbean.com. Rise and praise, YOLO!